All right. Can y'all hear me? Like, it's not me saying not to do it. It's just me saying that things come with a consequences. You know, things do come with consequences, such as give me a second, everyone. I'm gonna look at something real fast. Let's see this. Let's see. That's the mic. All right, I want to change something up real fast. Just give me a second, everyone. Let's see. That's the mic. All right, I'm back. Um, don't fix
Let's see,
anything. It's
that's the
just things
mic.
comes with a consequence. You know. For example, like going out with a Mexican and you're a vegan or some shit. Most Mexicans and most Latinos eat a lot of pork. You know, so if you don't eat pork or if you don't eat certain things, it's the situation is gonna get crazy. It always has been crazy. Um, I'm not saying it won't work and you won't be happy, but this is the reason why a lot of people do arranged marriages. You know, for their children. It sucks. It's wrong. But at the end of the day, you got to look at it like, damn. Should I care about their future or their happiness? That's why I say, is it better to be traditionally happy? You know, I always tell people, let me ask y'all some questions. This is why we talk about a lot of race, current events, and situations in this channel. Would you let me and this is just something to think about now, and we'll probably come back to this at the end. Would you be culture? Would you rather be happy with a white woman that makes you happy as a person, but um culturally is you does that's where the disconnect comes from, or would you be happy with a black person that you have the culturally you're culturally happy with her where she does everything right, she knows what to do as a black person, she knows what to say, she know how you're gonna be and be connected that way, or then to be happy as like, well, you know what, I really didn't want to be with this person, but at the end of the day, I know she'll be good for me. You know, I always ask these type of questions. I'm think this is why I say I think I want to do another channel. I want to do two channels. One channel will be this, and another channel is like we just talk about like social things, things that goes on in our heads, things that we don't have to think about in culture. You know, yeah, just stuff like that. Um, also, because I think this does fit in with the mass deportation. I always say this: if my children's mother would have got if put it this way, if if my baby mother wasn't a American citizen, yeah, I would marry her. I would have married her when I first met her, you know, and we connected. You know, then to like, oh, yo, you know what? Have this type of long distance where you know what it's gonna be hard for her soon. I don't know if she's gonna come back. No, I just rather do it this way, where you know, I um I would marry her to stay in. And this is why I always tell like the Latinos community. Like, don't look at this as a bad thing. All y'all got to do is marry somebody that's an American citizen. Africans do it all the time. Asian people do it all the time. And actually, you want to hear something crazy? Most of these people actually do fall in love. You know, but they usually try to have them when Asians and Africans do it. They try to do it with another African or another Asian. You know, and they get paid. Yeah, some of these people get paid. That's why you have these people. You have the government come to your house to see if this is a real marriage. You know, I would. Give me a second. Yeah, that's why I say, yo, sometimes that shit working. This is where I'm just talking about non-traditional happiness. Traditional happiness is messing with somebody who's from the same race, same culture, same religion. You know, same philosophy. If you kind of get what I mean. Oh yeah, I forgot. Bobby's gonna kill me. Hey, if you please don't forget to like and subscribe, and also hit that sub button. That's very important. The subscriptions are going up, and thank you. I do appreciate it. But I will another. I mean, the update is definitely. I mean, the announcement is. Just got a new announcement. It just popped in my head. I will be opening up a new channel. Um, I'm getting it prepared right now, where we just talk about like certain things, like relationships, happiness, mental skills, social skills, just all of that cool stuff. I think we personally need to all talk about that because we could talk about current events all the time. We can have 4 to 6 hour shows on that. I don't mind doing it, but I do want to open up something else for others. So definitely keep a lookout for that. I will be putting it in the X app or Twitter as they usually call it. But yeah, definitely I'm gonna start making a new logo today, and we're gonna get busy. Like I said, 2025 is the year of most black people. This is y'all year. Actually, the year of black, brown, Asian content creators. This is y'all era. This is y'all year today. This year is 2025 is your year. If you didn't start now. Start now. You know, like I'm not trying to have like a 19 key show, but definitely if I have to have one, I don't mind. Um, but I think this channel is only going to be for mostly current events, and we talk about certain other things. I did do a test drive on these two topics that I'm doing. I did this one in like 2 or 3 days ago. With his happiness. So definitely, you will have more. So you'll be getting more of that stuff on that other channel. So like I said, and also too, like in the live chat, if y'all have a name for the channel, definitely throw it in the live chat and let us see it, and I'll be like, oh yo, that looks dope. That's slick. I think the one I wanted to call it is King Without a Crown. Hey, what's going on, OG? How's everything? Yeah, we got a topic and a subtopic today. Topic question is I was gonna put, is the diaspora jealous of Tariq Nasheed's success, or I just put diaspora jealous of Tariq Nasheed's success. This topic question um, is it better to be traditionally happy? So what I mean by traditionally happy is it better to be traditionally happy by race, culture, ethics, and cool, 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 cool. Yeah, we just started. So those are the questions. It's still early, so definitely, you know me. I usually just start talking. Hey, what's going on? DJ X1. Shout out to Eric Croxton and DJ X1. Um, so yeah, it's just I'm just talking right now. I'm talking about the subtopic. Um, is it better to be traditionally happy? It's I always tell people that um cuz like I said, my baby mother's Cambodian, so I always tell people all the time there's certain things I'll give into my situations. My children's mother's Cambodian. There's certain things I don't allow, but you do have to make sacrifices for it. Like if you ever watched 90 Day Fiance when the black guy was going out with the Vietnamese or the girl from Thailand, and she was being very secretive and she was disrespecting them. That's how a lot of Asians are. They're very disrespectful, and that's why I told y'all when somebody asked me, um, should I go out with an Asian? I said no. No. I was like, because I said you're gonna end up you're gonna get yourself into a situation because over a respect thing. So what they call disrespect, what we call disrespect, they don't call disrespect. Like if you're overweight, a girl will call you fat. You know. So I always tell people don't do it. Like my situation works, um, because I know how to deal with it. I know what to say. You tell them shut the fuck up. But most of that shit don't work for everybody. So it's just it's a tough situation. That's why I always tell people, yeah, being emotionally happy is dope. I'm gonna tell you that. It's the most best thing ever. One thing I always will say with most people, and I tell people this, with a lot of people who are just traditionally happy, those people usually just go off and cheat with somebody who they really want to be with. You know, it's the truth. Is just that's why when you look at I'll give you another example. Myron Gaines, his is a little bit more traditional because well no, Yeri no. Myron considered or Amuru Abdul, whatever his name is, he wants to be an American. But in America, they always had this thing where they say, "Oh yeah, the men pay for everything. The men did this. The men do that." But it has really never been like that in the like past 80 years. There is no more good old boys. All that shit was a that shit was it was a mirage to be disrespectful. It was a mirage to say what you wanted to say about people and having people hear you. I just got to be personally honest. There was no such thing as a black good old boy. We were country boys, but them good old boys that they're talking about, they were talking about them racist motherfuckers. I'm just being personally on. My family's from the South. My family's from Selma, Alabama. My mama's side's from Selma, Alabama, and Tuscaloosa. My daddy's side's from St. Clair's, Augusta, and Savannah. So I have seen. I remember days. I remember when I was young. They told me don't go in the forest to that near that white man's house because he'll shoot at that racist white man. He'll shoot at you. Me not listening, got shot at by a white man. My granddaddy went up there with his shotgun and said, "If you ever do that, I'll kill you and your whole family." You know, and it's just it never this the way how this world is. It has never been like this. This world has was turned upside down. The shit that we know that's bad is considered good or a free thinker. Like I could shit on you and stuff like that, and and instead of calling me disrespectful and an asshole, you'll call me a free thinker. I could disparage. I could say, oh yeah, black people are evil and they shoot everybody up and stuff, and knowing that I know it's wrong, they could say, yo, he's a free thinker. He's speaking his mind. Oh, the stats say this. This makes all y'all evil. No, your stats is only for like probably 10% of Black Americans. Like the world that I live in with Black people, we all try to find a job. We all try to work. All we try to do is just help our family, just like everybody else. But everybody else always sees us as different. And this is why I always say, like, sometimes this traditional happiness might not work. You know, it might not work because at the end of the day, it's just how people see you. Yeah, a person might love you and want to be around you. They might say the greatest things in the world, but at the end of the day, just the way how they think, ideology, how they think about your people, it's fucked up. And I know some people might say, "Oh, yo, racist people won't date out. If they're racist, why would they date black people?" Thomas Jefferson is a prime fucking example. Most of his mistresses were black, and he hated black people. He hated fucking black people. Chet Hanks run around here talk about nigger, 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 nigger all day, then got himself a black girlfriend. So sometimes it's just like, damn, like how, damn, like should I just date my own race? Should I? And I always tell people, I'm not trying to say just date your own race. Date what you want to do. Do what you want to do with your life. But at the end of the day, this what comes with the situation. So you don't be surprised when this shit happens, when this bullshit happens. You won't be surprised when the family treats you a certain type of way or be talking a certain language or you are very disrespectful to all people. You don't consider FBA Tariq got y'all sounding like uh Shabaka, do you know what we're talking about? Shabaka, we didn't start the main topic yet. Oh my god, he's so lost half the time. Shabaka, we're doing the subtopic. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Shabaka. You made me lose. I'll be right back. Give me like 30 seconds, all right? All right, sorry. I had to turn off my. I had some boiled eggs on the stove. I didn't want them to explode. But like you gotta look at it. Like you gotta be like, damn, why are these people speaking a different language behind me and stuff like that? It's just I always tell people all the time, if you're gonna get into that, know a little bit. And Act like you don't know what they're talking about. I'm just being personally honest. Just act like you don't know what they're talking about. And 9 out of 10, like 6 out of 10, the girl who you think loves you ain't even gonna tell you what she's saying, what they saying. Like there's a 40% chance of them saying that, them telling you what they said. You know, it's not a bad percentage, but if a person is supposed to love you or who are interested in you, they will tell you what they're saying. You know, as I always tell people all the time, if you can speak English, it's disrespectful. It just seems like you're hiding something. But we hate what he's doing to y'all. It's destroying your mind. Um, but you be surprised, man. Like yo, just like listening to all. You see, I think somebody wrote something. I'm sorry, everyone. Salute FBA. How's everything, man? How's everything? Hey, what's going on? Luswick Creo and Saul 44. Salute to y'all. But yeah, man, it's just like I know that shit exists. Like we can't act like this stuff doesn't exist, especially as a black American. Africans do it all the time. I was with an African girl and she did that shit. She was Congolese. She knew 5 different languages. Yo, what's going on, E. Williams? Salute, salute. And I was with that girl for like off and on for 4 years. And she couldn't even keep it real with me on how her family felt about me. I had to get into an argument where she told me she told me that, oh yeah, her sister, because her sister was taking care of her. Her sister said that she don't want her dating a black American, only another African or a white man. And I'm being personally, like, Shabaka could say whatever he wants. And I accept, I'm going to use you as an example, Shabaka. And it's okay how Shabaka feels. But at the end of the day, facts is facts. These motherfuckers don't want us going out with their daughters or their sons. So you could do this pan-African shit, but let's be personally honest, they don't like us. If they can sell us again, they probably would. I have to be personally honest, and this is where I said that is it better to be traditionally happy, or just to be emotionally happy? Being emotionally happy is not caring how this person is. You probably might not get nothing out of this person, but at the end of the day, you love this person. The person don't cook, this girl don't clean. She don't really do anything, but you're happy because you're with her. This is an important conversation about foreign language and choosing a mate. Yeah. That's why I was telling people about my situation. I was like, I tell people all the time. Like, um, somebody from the audience and a friend asked me this. I totally forgot my friend asked me this. He asked me, should he go out with an Asian girl? I told him no. He said, you do? I was like, I know how to handle this. I was like, the way how you are, you probably might go to jail. He's like, how you figure? I was like, Asian women are very disrespectful. They are very disrespectful. Like, let me ask you a question. You think that 90-day fiance thing was true? I'm gonna show you the video of it. And I felt bad for him because I was like, damn, nobody didn't even tell him. I'm gonna play it actually, just so you know what I'm talking about. Because it was fucked up, fucked up. Yeah, right here. I found it. Still working 10K a day. Like it's. All right, let me find. Hold on one second.
Are you interesting, Riley? I'm Riley. I'm 48 years old, and I live in Strasburg, Pennsylvania.
Cũng lớn tuổi rồi nên sức khỏe nó cũng không có đảm bảo được nên là nó khó giữ.
Oh gosh, this is heartbreaking.
What is so bad?
Hold on one second.
Okay, let's go. Today we return to Riley. Finally hasn't been really giving me the full story about the divorce and not deleted the dating app. It's a lot. I feel about it.
Interrogating.
Right here.
I am not real criminal. See, I'm not a cop, and you never protect me. You push me and you ask me answer her, answer her.
You know what's so crazy sometimes? I feel like if you ask someone a question, be prepared of whatever emotion they have when they answer it, because if you're not ready for it, well then why did you ask? And I say this because
Another people, I'm so disappointed with you too much.
because the fact is, his pure body language at this moment in time is unacceptable.
My question
This
to you
right
is, when are you going to learn about my culture? And give you an example. You call me fat and ugly in front of people.
Xấu.
What?
I say you are ugly, you are very bad.
You really said that?
Yeah.
All right. In my culture, in America, that's rude, that's disrespectful, especially when a woman says that about the man that she's with.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I get in with my kid, my friend, or you ugly, you ding ding khùng khùng. And we, in Vietnam, my culture is not for rude. But I don't know how is your country, and now you share with me.
We could make, like, if we're alone and we're around family, we could make the jokes like that to each other. But in front of strangers, I'm a guest here. I seen one other person of my skin complexion here in the whole time I've been here. You're not accustomed to us, so when you say it, it sounds like it's an attack. Because we're not light or whatever it may be. I'm already a spectacle.
Yo, shout! What's going on, Jeff?
I'm a black man
Shout
in
out!
this country,
Shout out to Jeff.
And they're already looking at me differently because I'm 6'4". I am dark, and when you say, "Oh, he's ugly," you start feeding the stereotype that if you're light-skinned black, you're prettier, versus dark-skinned black. It's very hurtful and disrespectful. People are already looking at me. How am I supposed to feel when you talk in your language and then you go, I say to her, you are ugly. I don't have any context. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know it's a joke. It sounds like it's a fact to you.
Yo, I'm gonna be personally honest. That's what a lot of them think. You know, they think we're ghetto. They think we're very bad people. Even that, like, this is why I have Shabaka, Kwame, Isaiah. I have them all tucked because they all have different point of views. You know, and that's why I always give them shout outs. I'm like, yo, shout out to you. You know, even though I don't agree with Kwame or Shabaka, I let them talk, man. Because at the end of the day, who am I to tell them, like, yo, you're wrong. You can't talk on my channel. Like, no, say how you feel. And I'll just like, yo, does it make sense? That's the whole situation is wrong. I always been like that, man. I always want y'all to talk. I always want to know how y'all really feel about certain things. You know, and it's a good thing, man, because at the end of the day, I understand that people don't listen. I know, like, yo, certain people, Some people can feel fucking alone, man. I'm gonna be personally honest. Like, yo, let me tell you something. I haven't lived in Boston probably in like almost 10 years. But I'm always back and forth to Boston. Always back and forth to Boston because you know what? That's where my family is. You know, that's all I know. Like, yeah, I have traveled around for like 8 years, 7, 8 years before I've been up here where I am. It's just, I always go back to Boston because that's where I feel comfortable at. You know, that's where my people is at. You know, this is where like certain people that I know treat me nice. That's all I know. You know? And so I can't be like, oh, well, you know what? I got to do something different. And this, hold on a second. Oh, there we go. Bobby just texted me. He said, put that out. Yeah, it's just like, yo, at the end of the day, you still could be who you are. They probably get all the information from the gangster movies and white propaganda. Yeah, they do. That's what makes it worse because you know why? They're trying to fit in with white supremacy. They're trying to fit in with white supremacy. Like, yo, you ask, do you know Jamal Crawford? The basketball player? And shout out to Anthony. How you doing, man? How's everything? Jamal Crawford. I just tapped in. Was the clip from 90 Day? Yeah. But at the end of the day, that shit is true. Like their culture, they can say disrespectful shit to that. But most people, black people, like, nah, yo, you're trying to step in the line. No, but I will look him up. Thank you, Anthony. I will look the activist up. You know, like I'll be in Boston more now because I'm an activist in Boston, based in Jamal. Give me a second. I'll ask the leader of the task force today. Reparation task force, not no police task force or anything. But reparation task force. Cause I'm on the line for that right now. The reparations. I gotta figure out how this gonna go. I was gonna go down there, but I'm just gonna zoom down there. Right now, I don't feel like I'm in the mood or anything. And yo, happy Father's Day to everybody in the chat, man. Belated Father's Day. You know, he's out there active. Definitely. I'll tap in with him. I'll figure out how to tap in with him. If you say, you know, he's an activist, so you know me. I'm just trying to tap in with everybody. Thanks, Anthony, man. I appreciate that. He's out there. But yeah, I'm gonna, cause I'm on a reparation task force. I'm trying to actually get us something because we, at the end of the day, our generational wealth was stolen from us. You know, I don't think it's fair to say, oh yeah, we don't deserve it and it's ours. You know. Thank you. Happy Father's Day too. You also have kids. Yeah, I got two, man, that I know of. I probably got more out here and don't even know. Girls is crazy out here in Boston. So, you know, I'll get you linked. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks. Oh, shout out to Left Field too, man. I just tapped in. Yeah, it's just like, yo, sometimes you just gotta think of that, like, yo, damn. Like you might like a girl, but like, damn, is this gonna be a longevity thing or is this just like a little seasonal thing? Like you always gotta look at certain situations like that. Like technically you're supposed to look at that. I think that's what, even in the Bible they tell you don't date out your race or don't date out your nation. You know, because at the end of the day, there's gonna be some certain type of tension. Like everybody always talk about King Solomon, his demise was women. No, his demise was dating out his nation. You know? It's probably an African or a Caribbean sitting there now trying to speak for, yeah, all the time, man. All the time. And this is why I said, give me a second. Oh shit. This is why I always tell people all the time, you gotta watch everybody. You know? This is why, yo, I'm gonna say this. Thank God Tariq Nasheed brought that shit up. Asking people, yo, what's your lineage? Like, we wasn't asking this at all. I wasn't. You know, we was all doing the pan-Africanism shit, you know? And that shit was fucking us up. I'm gonna be personally honest. That shit fucked us up. That shit put us in a very bad situation where we're supposed to love everybody and everybody's turning on us, creating chaos with us, not really fucking with us like that. You know, and fuck around, we repopulate with one of their family members or something. They wouldn't even want to fuck with her no more. They'd be like, oh yeah, you can only marry a white man or you can marry an African. This is what that whole type of mentality is like that with a lot of races. Have you seen that picture of Eve there? Yeah, she looked fucking defeated, man. She looked defeated, like, yo, what the fuck, man? It's like, yo, man, I gotta actually feel like this is normal. Feeling like, yo, you're the only black person in that room. Nobody would never nobody. And the thing about it, you might love that person, but you know in your mind, like, yo, nobody understands me. Like, this certain shit I have to keep to myself. That's how you gotta think. You know? One love and happy belated Father's Day. To you to deal with women, not girls. You're foolish if you don't date all these beautiful African women. See, Shabaka, I'm not trying to. This is why you came in in the middle. Man, I feel lighter without Pan-African around. Yeah, it's same to me, Anthony. Happy Father's Day, Anthony and Shabaka and Jeff as well. But Shabaka, I'm not saying don't date African women. I say this is what comes with the territory. Like, if you really, really love somebody, there's certain things that you're gonna have to give up. There's certain things that you will have to give up. There's certain things that you're gonna have to do that you don't usually do. Is a Puerto Rican who pretends to be us. I've seen him speak on reparation tasks. Yeah, me too, Jeff. It was disgusting, man. I didn't like that. I didn't like how Coleman did that shit too. I thought that was so fucking disrespectful and disgusting. You know, African women aren't no different. Both. They're worse, actually. Yeah, most African women are materialistic. You can't. That's why when I say with African women, chivalry is dead. You know, they don't want no flowers and all that other cool shit. They want a iPod headphones and a new iPhone and probably a purse. Yeah, they're very superficial. Very superficial. They want things that they know that they're not supposed to have. You know, and I'm not beating up on Africans. It's just this is what comes with dating an African. Why you think the motherfuckers have like 3 or 4 jobs? To the public, out of nowhere. When they did that, I think that was a play move. Cause he's easy to control. You know, and his situation is very, very weird. The reason why I say his situation is very weird, because at the end of the day, he can cosplay. He can cosplay. Look at his name, Coleman Hughes. He got a black man's name. You know, like even looking with Myron Gangs. And look at me. I've been calling him Habibi. What's his name? Amuru for like a year and a half. I've been doing that shit for a year and a half. I've been calling him Habibi. And like niggas didn't catch on. Niggas was just thinking I was just being disrespectful and racist. Well, prejudiced. I can't be racist. I don't have shit to hold against him. They thought I was being prejudiced. No, I wasn't being prejudiced. This is what this man is doing. This is this man's name. That's why it was when the white, and then let me tell you what, it wasn't even Tariq Nasheed that exposed Myron. It was a white supremacist. The white supremacists that said, yo, when we take back the land, are you going to go back to your country? Yes. He exposed him. Started calling him a sand nigger and everything. Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. It's just these people have these cosplaying names so they can feel like they can fit in with the community. This is why a lot of us have problems with this shit. This is why a lot of us is asking these questions like, yo, whose niggas that? He came in there with them Africans? Oh, okay, so you know what? Why does he got that American name? Where you from, buddy? Why does it matter? It should never be like that. It should be like, yo, you know what? Oh, I'm from here. Yeah, that's his real name, Fadul or something like that. Yeah. Amuru Fadul or something. Yeah. It's just, people are embarrassed of their culture. It's just people want to fit in with the white culture so bad that, you know, they're giving up their own culture. Yep, that's his real name. Amuru Fadul. You know, and this is why I say, you know, we go back to tradition. Somebody's going to have to give up something. You know, it's like I was telling my boy, I was like, yo, don't think. I just looked up Coleman and Cruz's center. Yeah. Fucking cosplaying, man. It's foul. It's foul because at the end of the day, yo, let me tell you something. Black Americans has done a lot for everybody. I'm not saying that, I mean, contribute. How about this? Black American contribute to a lot of people's culture. We didn't invent your culture, we didn't start your culture, but we contribute a lot to it. But at the end of the day, it's just, y'all don't want to respect us on it. It's like, yo, it's like me, like, it's like, damn, you know what? You're broke and like, damn, you need $100 to go get some groceries for your house. I was like, yo, you know what? Let me give old boy $100 so he could go get some food in his house. I give you $100 and stuff like that. Hey, yo, you go to your friends and you just start talking shit about me. Like, yo, he ain't shit nigga. He probably selling drugs and stuff. You know, he's probably broke. And knowing that I gave you $100, knowing I help you with your whole situation, you still come over here and shit on me. You know, so like I said, it's a oh, shout out to V4 Vengeance. Shout out to you, man. It's just like, yo, those type of situations, man, we just got to be careful with. You know, and this is why I wasn't gonna do these two topics together, but I felt like it fit in with each other. But one thing I want everybody to think was Africans onto something when they do that. When they say like, oh, yo, you can only date another African or a white person. Were they onto something when they do shit like that? You know? Like, they're going to lose their culture when they date a white European. We can't be racist. We don't have shit to stop you from getting, you know? Yeah, it is. That's his spiritual name. Put it this way, Tariq Nasheed is a Arab name, but he knows he's a black American. Tariq Nasheed is not scared to tell everybody his real name. Tariq Nasheed is not scared to tell people where's he from. Yeah, they do got this pick me syndrome, you know? They do, and it feels like this, and I'm gonna be personally honest. It feels like, yo, as long as I'm not black and I wasn't subjected to what they were subjected to, I'm good. Like, that's how it feels, like, personally. It doesn't benefit to build with someone who looks down on you. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. You know, because, like, if you do, somebody's going to have to lose something. Like I said, somebody's going to lose their culture. Somebody's going to have to lose their culture. And I'm just being personally honest. Me, I'm not going to lose my culture, you know. Because, yo, you want to hear something crazy? When I had my first child, it was my daughter. You know, my baby wanted to call my daughter by her last name would have been my first name because that's their culture. And I told her, we're not doing that. Why? Because I said so. We're not doing that. Why would I name my kid after? Why would my last kid's name be Rosalind? You fucking serious? That's my first name. She like gave me one of these. Like, oh, yo, this shit's gonna be different. You know. And like I always tell people, certain shit comes with, like, I'm letting y'all know this because I learned this way before I got with my baby mother. I had to learn this way before, so I'm just letting y'all know what's gonna happen or what's going on. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying don't try it. I'm just saying this is some of the shit that comes up with. Sometimes you got to be like, yo. And will I be all right, you know, not doing certain things? You know, it's like you eat meat and your girlfriend's vegan. You're gonna expect your girl to cook meat for you and she's vegan? Nah, she ain't doing that shit. Like we know the numbers of traits of a teller to lie. Perfect example using the lie marriage. Yeah, he lies all the time, man. He does that to please the white supremacy. And don't forget, remember what I tell y'all last time? I said, yo, I think him and Nick Fuentes is COINTELPRO. I've been said that. I said that. Let me tell y'all something. This motherfucker did Homeland Security. He worked for Homeland Security. He all of a sudden got fired because he was doing podcasting. You don't think they say, yo, we got you, we got you another job. We want you to do this. We want you to talk these talking points. We want you to be the spokesman for us. You don't think that's some shit that you know, the CIA, yeah. Yep. You don't think that he will do that? You think you'll, because you quit, you stop serving the CIA? You stop doing CIA work? You never stop being a CIA when you're a CIA. You know too much. You know too much. You think, let me tell you something, you think him saying all this shit about black people is that was gonna help the community? Yo, like I said last time, I'ma throw on the styrofoam kufi hat, but you don't think he has something to do with the Kevin Samuel thing, allegedly? You think he just died from a fucking heart attack? And Red Bull? And the girl's a nurse? It sounds crazy. You know, it sounds crazy, but at the end of the day, you gotta think that way. This nigga's a CIA. This motherfucker died with a nurse, messing around with a big, probably Latino nurse, little BBW Latino nurse. And shout out to the Six Nations Free. Hey, shout out to Six Nations Free. Good day to you. Good day to you. Let me see, y'all. But yeah, you think that was like, no, that wasn't no coincidence. That shit was supposed to happen. Didn't take his talking points. And we don't forget, in hip hop we talk about sacrificing an artist or somebody's parent or some shit. We talk about this shit all the time. You don't think he was capable of doing that? He all of a sudden he was talking shit about Kevin Samuels. Red Bull almost every other day. Yeah. Then he was fucking around with a... He died having sex. Talk about his heart hurt. And she's a nurse. You don't think she could have peeped what was going on? Nah, I just... Yeah, that's Shabaka. That's Shabaka. Y'all get used to that, man, with Shabaka. Shabaka, he comes here all the time doing it. It's cool, man. I entertain it, and the reason why I entertain it, because at the end of the day, he might be right one day, but it's no time soon. But yeah, Mario is one definitely. See how he's on Pierce Morgan too. Yeah, Pierce Morgan. Yeah. And sometimes I didn't peep yet, but I'm gonna look in the background of Pierce Morgan, cause it seems like he's in the center of all conflicts of everything. Yeah, my uncle. But let me tell you something. My uncle is a recovering addict. He drinks Red Bull every day and pop Blue Chews. It has some type of lupus or some type of cancer. It's not called cancer, but it's a type of cancer. You know, that, like I say, it's very rare that shit's happened. How many? Let me ask y'all a question. How many else people you know died from Red Bull? Don't forget, back in the early 2000s, crunk juice, motherfuckers was drinking Hennessy and Red Bull together, mixing it, going crazy in the clubs. Yeah, it's true. I'm just being present. Motherfuckers was in clubs in 2004 and up, drinking Red Bull, Hennessy, wilding the fuck out, and be drinking that for like straight 4 to 8 hours. I'm just being personally honest. Nobody never died from it. We have heard stories like, yes, we can die, but we don't know nobody who died from it. All of a sudden, Kevin Samuels died from it. Like I said, my uncle was a recovering heroin addict. He drinks Red Bull. He drinks a pack of Red Bull a day. Sometimes 2 packs. Pops Viagra. And this nigga is still up and moving around. I can't believe it, man. I gotta see it to believe it. Yeah. There you go. Thank you, Six Nation Free. Shout out to you. This is the type of shit we be on. And nobody never died. Nobody never died. Nobody never been sent to the hospital. They might need to sit down, like need to calm down. But try Uptime. There's so much cleaner than Red Hot. Oh, okay. Man, try that shit, yeah. Yeah, man. I'm almost 28. Oh, man. You living the best life. Yo, when you turn 30, when I turned 30, I'm going to be personally honest. I didn't even know, I was forgetting how old I was. I was just living life when I was 30. I felt like I was like 350 years old. That's how wise I felt. Just doing everything, doing anything. So I'm going to tell you something. The best advice, whoever is turning 30 and up, just try to get into anything you can. Try to do everything you can. live life. Because those are your primes. That's why I don't be listening to people when they say, oh, yeah, when a girl goes 35, she's done. Nah, I don't believe that shit. Oh, shout out to Anthony X. Sorry, man. Sorry I missed your joint. And D Hans 219. Shout out to you. Yeah, yo, you gotta have fun with that. Yo, you gotta have fun with your life, man. You gotta have fun with your life. Beware of your quarter life crisis. Man, I'm gonna say this. I'm 40. I just turned 40. I'm just living life, man. Like as a black person, I'm gonna tell you, as a black person in America, this is our time. We're living the best life. We're living the best of life right now. We're figuring out most of the shit that we have done was invented by black Americans. Let me tell you something. We honestly have a lot to be proud of, more than we were proud of. We gotta be proud of our ancestors. Our ancestors fought. We're figuring out our ancestors fought. They wasn't all in shackles and getting beat the fuck up and stuff like. Nah, they were fighting, and we gotta appreciate that. Yo, we gotta add more value to what they add on. I'm glad I'm turning 20. Yeah, yo, you gotta be 28 is dope. I had fun when I was 28. Well, no, my 28. Yeah, I was dating a girl who was like 21 years older than me when I was when I was 28. Yeah, I was dating a girl who was like 21 years older than me. She was older than my mother. My mother was mad looking at her. But she paid for my lifestyle, so I was about to go back to college and everything. So yeah, it's like as I always tell people all the time, my life it was very different towards other people. Some people did the college life and like life experience. My life experience was modeling, doing modeling jobs, traveling, going to as many parties as I could. If I could get a decent job, get a decent job. I was just living life, man. I actually didn't have time to, work. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have time to work. I was living life. Um, I need to start traveling. Yeah, travel. Start little, man. Little by little. The way how I started traveling, I was doing local state shit. Like, I'm in Massachusetts. I would go to like Vermont and Maine, like odd places like that, because you know what? You're not gonna get a lot of people, and you can actually appreciate certain shit. Like I went to Maine, and I was high as fuck because I used to smoke. I don't smoke weed anymore, but when I got high, I got high. I was looking for something. This white man bumped into me, started talking about all types of milks and stuff: goat milk, sheep milk, cow milk, fucking lactated milk, almond milk. It was crazy. I actually tasted goat milk. Goat milk is not bad. You could break that up in your body a little bit faster than regular milk. I usually just drink almond milk, but goat milk, if I could get a chance to get more goat milk, I would buy it, but it's very expensive. But yeah, definitely travel, man. Do local first around your area and stuff, and after that, go out. Yeah, go to Puerto Rico. Go to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is excellent for black people and indigenous descents. They just don't like pair ones. You'll blend in, right? Yeah, and also too, Puerto Rico got a black I wouldn't say a black. They have an Afro community. The Afro. You don't need to leave early. They got an Afro Latinos community. Like that's why I would go to Puerto Rico. I would never go to Puerto Rico again, but I had fun when I went. No, I don't speak I don't speak. Yeah. I would say this: even if you don't speak Spanish, try to go with somebody that does. Yeah, try to go with somebody that does. Thirsty, not prime. We have a great African history. We are building on an empire paramount. You should have stayed in college. Eat, drink. No, I finished college. I got a degree in web development and entrepreneurship. So basically media. They taught me how to work for myself, not other people. So yeah, that was the only tough part. That's why I always got some type of investment. So yeah, Shabaka. And college don't really teach you anything. When I went to college, I probably learned probably 30% of what I paid for. So because I had I had three scholarships. One of my scholarship was for sports, track and field. Kansas State. I didn't go to Kansas State at all. Then to any state in Massachusetts that wasn't private, it would pay. They would pay for me to go to college. It was an educational scholarship. I forgot what the other one was. It was to Oh yeah, my God rest my teacher. He helped me get into the school. And this was the school I actually really wanted to go to, Indiana State, because of my teacher. Yeah, just Indiana State. They can't be racist. I just go to Puerto Rico and they can't be racist. They talking in yeah, they are. Yeah, fine. Oh yeah, definitely. Um, the Puerto Rican community is a little bit more like don't get me wrong, you got your whitewashed Puerto Ricans like the Jennifer Lopez's and shit. But you got your Diegos. Your Diego, that motherfucker was black. He was an Afro Latina. That motherfucker's hair was curlier than mine. I may need you to build my website. Man, I haven't built. I'm gonna be personally honest. I haven't built a website in almost 15 years. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't. They do not like to be called black. Yeah, that's true. They like to. What is it? Tahino? They like to be called or some shit like that. They like to be called Tahino. But the thing, let me tell you what I never got. Like the ones that are like Tahino Indians and stuff like that. Why do they? Why don't they change their names? Because they got colonizer name, conquistador names. You know. I never got that. Because it's like this. If somebody done like, let's say this. Say if you're, say you had this part in your genetics where somebody got violated and had a baby. Do you think you're gonna support that person who violated you? Nah, so that's why I was like, why would you keep, Fernandez and all this other cool shit? Like, I like it, Garcia and stuff like that. It fits most of them, but at the end of the day, it's just like, you know, um, because technically, most of us didn't even have had last names. We had tribes, you know, we had tribes and shit, you know. Your name would have been like Barefoot or some shit like that. It wouldn't be like Barefoot Hernandez or some shit like that, or Barefoot Garcia. It would just be Barefoot. So most of this, I think the last names, I'm not sure. So don't really, listen to me on this. But yeah, we got it's a weird. Jesus Christ, give me a second. Yeah. But yeah, we all do, you know. Hold on. Nobody is black. People are various shades of brown. Shout out to Nigga Damian, I think that's your name. Shout out to you, man. Let me see what you said. Nobody is black. People are various shades of. Yeah, of course, but you know, I don't mind saying black. You know, and the reason why is nobody never told us that we were African, though. That's the thing. And like I said, African came from a Greek explorer who colonized Egypt. His name was like Leonardo Africanos or some shit like that. It's just that's why I was. This is why when me and Kwame had a conversation about this. I told Kwame, I was like, "Yo, you know, Africa's not your. That's not really a name." I was like, "That was the name that the white people gave you, just like Nigeria. Nigeria." And the guy pulled it up on him. He was like, "Yo, Nigeria was created in 1914." You know, so yeah. Shout out to Anthony Robinson. Dude, no one's jealous of grifters. Oh, okay. Hey, we didn't start that question yet. We're on the question that we're on right now. And shout out to you, but we're not on that question. The question is it better to be traditionally happy? You know, like we're all over the place, but we're not on that main question yet. We'll be on the main question probably in like 15, 20 minutes, man. If you want to wait that long, you can, but yeah, we're not on that question yet. But shout out to you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Um, but yeah, Africans was named by a white man called just like America. Yeah, yeah. Jeff, you're right. But the thing about it, nobody says anything. Only time they say some shit is when it comes to black people or black Americans or foundational black Americans. We could tell like this. We could tell Africans like, oh, all of those you talk about all this white man stuff, but y'all name after white men. Your whole countries were named after white men, and y'all use it, and you know it's white people. Why won't y'all change it? Yep. And you know what they said? They said that's an Arab name. No, because they see the ALK. No, it's not an Arab name. That was an African native name. That means was it the mother of Eden or some shit like that. It means yeah, the mother of Eden or some shit. You know, it's just it was the beginning of land or some shit like that. It's a dope meaning, but it's just facts. But nobody says anything. We have we all have European settlers, colonizers names. Africa was named after the Afro people who were African. No, not necessarily. Those were technically our names. You know? Like there was people called Cherry. There was people called Mary Ann and stuff like that. Mary Lou, those really didn't come from like um Europeans. Like you got your Thomas and your Jerry and your Peter. Yeah, those probably came from like white names and stuff. Salute to Attack 123. What's going on? Particularly see. Particularly. I'm not getting what you see. I'm not getting what you mean, but hey, shout out to you though. Also, too, like and subscribe, and also keep on comment, and also violate that chat. I mean, the sub button. Thank you. I do appreciate it. You do like I said. It's just one thing about Shabaka. I don't think you know Black tradition. Do you know Black tradition, or do you think we don't have tradition? Yo, Shabaka, every time I hear your name, you know what I think of? I think of this 3-6 Mafia song that I used to listen to. You say, I'm drinking Makers, Vodkas, cranberry vodka, wearing mink coats as furry as Shabaka. You told me man girl and that player had to stop her. Her name was a shook, but her face was the shocker. Yo, you make me think of every time I just say Shabaka, that makes me think of that 3-6 Mafia song. Roll with it. Nah, I used to be a big 3-6 Mafia fan before they were like famous. Cause they've been 3-6 Mafia been rapping since the 80s. So yeah. Like the late 80s. Yeah, so they've been getting busy for years. Let me see what you said, my man. You're teaching your kids to be paranoid victims of everyone. How am I doing that? Because I'm telling them their culture. As I'm telling them, like, yo, you need to be, you got to watch out for certain shit. You know, it's just, let me tell you something. When I had kids, I didn't have no idea of how I wanted them to be. I just, hold on one second. I'm sorry, everyone. That's a Black American heritage flag. Yeah. Hey, yo, did y'all get y'all Juneteenth outfit yet? Hey, shout out to 5G. Did y'all get y'all Juneteenth outfit for Saturday and Friday? I got mines, man. I was showing them. I think Friday or Sunday? I was showing. I got it right here, actually. So this is my outfit right here. So I bought some sweatpants because I don't know if it's gonna be hot. So I got the sweatpants right here. I got these off of Shein because I didn't want to spend too much money, and I got this joint right here. So yeah, I got that joint right there. And where's my sneakers? Oh, I bought the suede ones this time. So I got these in gray, and I got the Mexican ones. So I got the Mexican ones. See the gray ones right here? And these are the Mexican ones. These are the ones that everybody was clowning Lord Jamar on. These are the Lord Jamar ones that people were clowning him on because of this joint right here. So yeah. So yeah, I already got my Juneteenth outfit, and I just probably might throw a Nike track coat. That's dope. I just found that shit online. I was like, yo, I need a Black American flag. I don't know which one I'm gonna get, so I was like, yo, let me get the red, black, and white ones. I was like, damn, I need some more Jordans. So I was like, damn. I actually want to do because I didn't find no shorts, and I was like, damn, I don't know if it's gonna be hot outside or cold, because Boston is weird. Their weather is weird because we're near. Oh, excuse me. We're near like a water. We're near water. So sometimes, there was a year when it just started sleeting for like 15 minutes and stopped. And you're like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah, one time I was going to pick up my daughter from my, I think my mother or my father. And they met me at this place and it just started sleeting. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? It's summertime. You know, then it got hot again. It went up to like 85 degrees. Yeah, man, yo. I forgot who told me about that flag, but I was like, yo, I gotta get that flag. I gotta get that flag on my wall. You know? So I was, cause the thing about it, I thought Pan African flag was the Black American flag. Like we were the only ones promoting that flag. We was the only ones saying like, yo, we're Pan Africans. All of us was doing that. We was doing the Kwanzaa and everything. You know, and shout out for people who still do Kwanzaa, but at the end of the day, I just felt weird, you know? I felt like we were just trying to compete with white people. And like we have our own days, we have our own celebrations. And this is where I say, yo, sometimes this is where the disconnect comes from, because at the end of the day, we feel like we always have to learn definitions for your using. What do you mean, tag 123? I'm not getting what you mean. You from Dorchester? No, my family's from JP. So yeah, I lived in Dorchester before, but you know, like I said, my family has my history of my family. It leads to JP. You know, I have lived in Dorchester. Yo, you want to hear something crazy? I lived on this part of Dorchester where I lived at was Dorchester, but when you cross the street, it was Roxbury. Yeah, it was weird. Like if I cross the street, I'll be in another town. Oh, he is. He be alright. Thank you, Six Nation Free. But I have been in Dorchester. Dorchester, and I always tell people too when they go to Boston. I was like, Dorchester and Roxbury, it's close, but it's kind of different. You could tell the difference from Roxbury and Dorchester. Um, Even Mattapan's different from all of those. You know, that's why you got these different names. You know, you got Murder Pan, because people really be getting killed in Murder Pan. I mean, Mattapan like that. You know. Then all that crazy stuff that was happening, you know. So yeah. Oh, shout out to my boy Nick Machiavelli, Shabak in here too. Yeah. Every time I come in here, he's too. Yeah. Sometimes I be thinking, I was like, yo, is this motherfucker part of the CIA or something, or the FBI? Did after that, I was like, nah, he's just probably a super Pan African man. You're probably a bigger Pan African than Dr. Umar Shabaka. You know, you come over here, you be talking crazy to me. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Who the fuck did somebody eat his bean pie or some shit, man? Like, yo, what the fuck is up with this man? You know, so somebody put hot sauce in his goosey soup or some shit. He didn't like that shit, man. Yeah, y'all got this motherfucker fucked up today, huh? Yeah, but shout out to Shabaka, man. He does his thing, man. Yeah, it's just half the time I don't even know what he be talking about sometimes. I don't know who was here in the beginning. Yo, Shabaka came in here and just started wilding out. He didn't even say what's up. He didn't say good morning. He just came out wilding out talking about Tariq Nasheed. I'm like, bro, we on the subtopic, man. We ain't even on the main topic yet. Yo, what's going on, man? How's everything? Happy Father's Day. Oh, happy Father's Day. How was your Father's Day? I was like, yo, this dude's wild on me. Motherfucker pulled a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde on me, man. Shabaka ain't going to Africa. No. Nah, he ain't going to Africa, man. I don't even think Shabaka go to Africa. Let me tell you something. Shabaka get his reparation because I think Shabaka is black. He's a black American. Shabaka's buying cocaine and white women. That's what he's doing. He's buying cocaine and white women. He'll probably lie to fucking the Pan Africans like, yo, these motherfuckers on me gave me $2,000. Here, I'll give you the $2,000. I don't even need it. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. You know, I believe that. Now you live in the suburbs? Nah, I don't live in the suburbs. How do the people treat you in the suburbs? Nah, I wish. I don't listen. Nah, I don't wish to live in the suburbs. I live with a whole bunch of Spanish folks. Yeah, a whole bunch of Spanish people. It's like where I live at is like Chelsea. It's like Chelsea, man. Spanish, Guatemala. Yo, I've been seeing ICE run down on people and stuff. Yo, I'm gonna start recording this shit, man. Yo, ICE running down on people and stuff, man. Yo. And the thing about it, they know I'm not Spanish because they look at the flag in my car, and I drive a Chevy Camaro, so I don't drive a CRV, a Honda, because that's what most Puerto Ricans and Dominicans drive. They drive CRVs and shit, man. You know, I call it the Puerto Rican mobile. Yeah, he does. Kwame stay taking bribes. I believe that. Machiavelli. You know, it's the price. Yeah, what did Ted DiBiase say? Everybody has a price, man. Ted DiBiase said that. Money, 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 money. Yeah, I feel bad for them too. Yeah, man, them motherfuckers getting run down on and stuff. Motherfuckers be eating their the enchiladas? What you call it? The enchiladas or so? I forgot what they call them. I don't know. I barely speak English, so. But yeah, they be eating their little burritos. Fucking ICE run down on them, throw their burrito on the floor, and lock them motherfuckers up and stuff like that. I seen one bitch get locked up. She had a BBL, man. I was like, oh shit. They about to send her back to Guatemala with her BBL, man. Yeah, where I'm at, everybody got a BBL. Everybody got boobies. Everybody got their boobies done. They got a BBL. Yeah, thank you, empanadas. Yeah. Fucking ICE knocked that shit on the floor, throw them on the floor, locked them up. You be like, oh shit. Yeah, niggas be going crazy. Yeah, locking all them niggas up. Yeah. Nick, I'm telling you, you be seeing mad crazy shit. Yo, I'm telling you, Six Nation free. You think I'm joking? Everybody in this fucking town damn near got a BBL. They all Spanish. Most of them got BBLs. You think I'm joking? Living in the hood means nothing. No, it's not. I personally, I always tell people all the time, I like the hoods and the projects and stuff. I always tell people when I lived in the projects, I was never broke. You know, when I got to the hood, you know, and started working, that's when I started seeing like, yo, where's my money going? You know, it's different. We don't need any problems, whether we in the hood or not. It's just the thing about it. I always tell people all the time, that's when people do the nigga shit, you know. But the thing about it, they think we're all doing it, and it's not. It's just a few of us, you know. It's just a few, you know. Come on, like 90% of black people, they just want to work and make money. Yeah, I had to learn how to save, man. When I was in the project, I always had money, man. I didn't have money anymore, man. I just had to work. Then after that, I was like, damn, what the ain't no hood anymore. They're taking over. Oh yeah, they're taking over. Tariq Museum's closed. How's that successor? Nubian. Shout out to Nubian. It's only 12 o'clock. You know, it depending what he's doing, man. Sometimes, yo, let me tell you something. When you keep something open, you know people ain't gonna come at that time. You waste money. You know, you're not gonna open up a museum for just one person. You know, it's just you go by. It's like stocks and like I'm learning right now. I'm learning day trading. With day trading, you gotta learn when you need to buy something, then when you need to just sell it after. So it's the same thing with like business, man. It's just like, yo, you gotta learn when to open it and close it, so you don't waste money. It's about making money. You guys are salty, trying to act like what he's doing is impacting us. Yeah, no, it's just, yo, he's just saying how people feel. He's like, yo, people tired of this bullshit. People tired with people be talking shit about us. Yeah, man, yo, that motherfucker, yo, when people say Tariq Nasheed's name, motherfuckers' blood pressure go up. Yo, I have never seen, and probably in a good 15 years, that somebody just hates somebody just because that motherfucker's winning. I saw Tariq Nasheed in 2004 at IU. I want to say one thing. All you hate. He sincerely opens something. Yeah. I agree. Yo, Six Nation Free, I actually agree with you. I agree with you because at the end of the day, he doesn't have to do what he has to do. He's a multimillionaire. The thing about it, and this is how dope he is. Say if like yo, he don't meet a Mark Price, he'll put his own money in it just so he could get shit done for everybody. Niggas get mad because he's driving a Bentley. You know, let that motherfucker drive his Bentley. He deserved it. You know, he worked hard for it. Yes, absolutely. Shout out to Six Nation. She's spitting that wisdom right now. You know, it's true. You guys pimp yourself out for the way. Yeah, yup, Nick, you're right. They pimp and they skim each other out, man, just to please the white man. See, like, oh, look what he doing. Look what he doing. He's on his phone. I think he's talking to bitches. Yeah, they haters, man. They do hate and shit like that. That's why I say, like, yo, why would we go to fucking Africa? First of all, if there's already this stigma talking about y'all motherfuckers sold us, why the fuck would we want to move to Africa so y'all can sell us again or kick us out? Y'all don't even want to see. Y'all don't even want to give us dual citizenship. Why the fuck would we want to go? You know. I find it interesting that only when it's black speaking, yeah, he's a grifter. But what about like no one is going? Yep. You're right, Six Nation. This is the only time. Nubia, are you a Pan-Africanist? You're a Pan-Africanist, right? I think I spoke to you before. You know, I want to say this, and it's gonna be super dope. What happened if Tariq Nasheed never promoted no hidden colors about no Africa, no Caribbean countries and stuff, and just left your country the way it is? So you're a black American Nubian. Oh, let me finish what I was saying. What happened? He just did that and just promoted Black America and just said like, "Yo, we're indigenous to this land." Y'all motherfuckers y'all would have still hated him either or, cause he's not adding you into our culture. Why the fuck should? Let me ask y'all a question. Why are y'all entitled to be in our culture? So, with your reparation, are you gonna be getting white women's and cocaine too? Cause I know how y'all Nubian people are. Y'all Nubians like white women. I know that, right? White women and cocaine and Jack Daniels, the original kind, Black Label, right? Yeah. Oh, now you FBA, but you don't like Tariq Nasheed. Where you from, man? If you from a different country, so what, man? Leisha, let me tell you something. I am with Reparation Task Force. I got a meeting today, and I'm gonna tell him I was like the biggest thing, and this is the biggest thing that y'all don't understand. I'm gonna see if he can explain. I think the Malcolm X of this generation. Shout out to Cold Crush. Yeah, he is. Because at the end of the day, he's not going to. Malcolm X was so powerful because he didn't want nobody to disrespect us. And what he tried to do, the only thing different that he tried to do, that Tariq Nasheed tried to do, is Malcolm X just tried to stay with his people. I'm more FBA than Most people claiming it. Are you sure? What makes you more FBA if you? Because if you just got foundational black lineage, foundational Black American lineage, you can't have more and less. You're still FBA, you know. So let me ask you a question: why don't you stick up for your people then? Yeah, Six Nation. I'm starting to think that too. But shout out to you, Nubian man. Yo, are you one of those people who be thinking that they're from Egypt? The commit people? Are you like commit? It's okay if you are. I'm not gonna do that Captain Tazaria what he does to y'all. But I am gonna ask you that question like, yo, do y'all really be yo? Do you really believe in those artifacts when y'all put the penis up to the air and stuff? Oh, yo, the commit people? Oh, yo. Yeah, them commit people get crazy. The motherfucker Captain Tazaria had a photo of commit people putting the penis up to the other guys. Oh my god. Yeah, them commit people are yeah, they're nuts, man. Yeah, they some freaks, man. They like the French. Yeah. I occupiers. They lied, tried to change narrative, play victims. Hey, that's Six Nation. You gotta start. One thing I used to hate it too, but I started appreciating it, and we tell you the reason why, because you could make an example out of him. There was this guy, and I put Shabaka on the spot for this. Shabaka. There was this guy from South Africa. He was in the live chat bugging out on me because I told him I was like, yo, we're not going to South Africa. I was like, y'all. I said, yo, South Africa is a piece of shit. It's a shithole country. And I'm not. First of all, I'm not gonna call it a shithole country. Let me change my. And I apologize for that, but it's an underdeveloped country. I'm not gonna leave America, everything that my family built in this country, to go to that country to help them build, just so they can treat me the way they are. They can't even beat the minorities in that country. I was called niggas, drug dealer, drug addict, everything. You know this motherfucking Shabaka defended him because he was African. Shout out to Kelly Red. What you said? So sick of the tethers, all of them, African, Caribbeans, etc. All of them are dead. Yeah, they are. Most of them are. You might have some. And the thing about it, when you say tethers, I understand what you mean. But we have some people in the live who be like, oh yeah, you calling all the Caribbeans tethers? No. It's just the ones who undermine us, the motherfuckers who try to, manipulate our success, downgrade, down us for all the success, try to steal our culture. Those are tethers. But I get what you mean, Kelly Red. You're right. Them tethers are dead weight. And hold on, because we don't want real Black American culture. We FBAs plus hood and call that what the Nubian? Nah, you're not Black American Nubian. Where's your family from? Nah, that sound like tether babble. Nubia, I gotta be personally honest. It sounds like tether babble, what you just said, man. Because we want real Black American culture. We FBAs plus hood culture and call that real black. That sounds like tether babble. If we really love our Black indigenous culture, we are standing on it. What are you talking about? You're the one who's judging Tariq Nasheed for, talk about he's grifting. He's the one who's standing on business. He's the one who's saying, basically put it this way, he's no leader to nobody. He has said that thousands of times. But he's on the front line. That's the thing. He's on the front line. He knows that we can think for ourselves. He knows that we can progress, even with or without him. He sees how great we are. He's just setting he's just setting the light to the candle right now. He's getting busy. He's helping us. And if you're black, you will see that, like, yo, you know what? He's not dividing us, but he's actually saying that, like, yo, if you really want to fuck with us, y'all gonna have to get y'all shit together. How many times I told all y'all foreigners, I was like, yo, the reason why black people don't want to help you no more, the reason why black people want to delineate from y'all is because what? Y'all don't even police your own people. You let the motherfuckers talk crazy, then after that, when shit happen, oh, yo, we don't fuck with him. Y'all just throw this motherfucker under the bus instead of just saying in the beginning, like, yo, this motherfucker's a dickhead. Be careful with him. Oh, no problem, Sick Nation. But it's just, that's what we have to, this is the thing, this is, like I said, this is the shit that we have to deal with. If you want, let me tell you something. If you, Shabaka, I'm going with you first. If you really want pan-Africanism to work, help those people in Africa first. Teach those Africans in Africa about black culture here. Tell them that, like, yo, we're willing to help them. I'm straight out of South Florida. Jacksonville? What part of Florida and what part of Georgia? What's wrong with that, though? Let me tell you something. If his wife is half white, her father is black. Her father's from the South. I appreciate this course and discuss not debate. Debate is nothing getting shit resolved. And it's true, man. It's just Jacksonville. I had an Uncle Billy in Jacksonville. So why you call yourself Nubian? The fuck? Why you talk crazy about black people? Cause don't forget, there's Haitians in Jacksonville. I have been in Jacksonville. I haven't been there in years, but I know there's a lot of Haitians in Jacksonville too. But there's a lot of black people as well. Oh, shout out to Randall. What's going on, Randall? People want unity until it's time for black people to get some justice. Yeah, facts. Randall, you're right about that. When people want to when black people want to get justice and tangibles and something for our people, there's an issue. Oh, we got bigger issues. You worrying about yourself. That's what they say. Used to. No, it's kind of is. I give you that one, Nubian, but I don't know, man. Something's fishy about you, man. I got to ask my boy out of Jacksonville about you, Nubian. Because, yo, you sound... Actually, I can ask my cousin. Yeah. I told you I got family in Jacksonville. My Uncle Willie. Yeah, man. Yo, let me tell you what my cousin used to say about my Uncle Willie, man. Because I used to use his name. When I was out here being promiscuous and stuff. ADOS was the real FBI. No, ADOS was an organization. FBA's a lineage. Facts. Yo, Six Nation, you should feel like that. And the reason why you should feel like that, because, yo, you tired of people benefiting off everything that y'all do. Well, we do, our people do. Like, people was like, oh, yeah, you're all here begging and stuff like that. Y'all ain't doing anything. Then once we start doing something, we're divisive. We're xenophobic. Now when we doing something, when we make a line in the dirt and say, like, yo, this is what we doing now, there's a problem. And let me see. Africa is 10 times bigger than America. Because Africa's a. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Never mind. If anyone should be teaching anyone, Africa must teach you Haitians. Oh, you gonna teach? Oh, so Africa's gonna teach us how they sold us out and sold us to Europeans. Well, 4% of black people. Are you gonna? Is Africans gonna teach that? Are they gonna teach us how to be tribalistic? How to commit genocide in their countries? How to give women circumcisions? Are they gonna teach us that? They can't teach us about winning. They can't. They can't teach us about fighting. Shout out to FBA Strong. Sorry, FBA Strong. Shout out to you. Let's see. If it's a we classify as blacks. Yeah. So not all of us. Yep. Thank you. Only 4% of Africans came to America. They said 400,000. Technically, it was like 388, 385,000. How to smoke bones. Yeah. They be on one. Yeah, thank you, Randall. Please tell them. Shout out to Usher's son. New here, they gonna teach us how to. Yeah, they are. They are. They gonna teach us how to flee. Shout out to True Essence 87. Mostly like, mostly like, most likely Africans are weirdos. Yeah, they are, man. Because at the end of the day, they do everything to appease the Europeans. That's why the thing about it, they're starting to understand in these European countries, they don't even want them there. They just want them to work and get the fuck out their country. Develop their country and get the fuck out. That's it. And I've been, you know what? I always give people this example. If Africa was so smart, they will have to get rid of that. I mean, if Africa, I always tell people, if Africa really want to be developed, they could, send over all your people that you want to be educated, but at the end of the day, bring that education back to the continent and help them develop the country. If you got somebody who's an engineer that's a Nigerian, Benin, Togo, Mali, bring that back so they can help you develop the fucking country and all the buildings in that country. The Japanese has done that shit. Don't forget. What did Dave Chappelle say? Them motherfuckers blew that country up into fucking all they could write was Hello Kitty. Now look at them now. Their country is overdeveloped more than America is. Are we really gonna sit here and say like, oh well, it's the government? Oh, it's white supremacy? Yo, y'all are the majority in that country. And y'all still can't win? That shit don't make no sense. That's what he got European education and brought it back. Yes. Thank you, Six Nation. They should have been did that. Yo, the Japanese did that shit. That's why, why you think they're so smart? Why you think everything they do is for their country? After they came out that war, they got their little reparations. They sent their people to America to get education. Brought that back up to their country, built everything in their country, built the education. Now they don't need to come to America. How many Japanese people would come to America? No, they always go back home because they have everything that they need. They need more they want black American men to come to their country to repopulate their country because we got stronger genetics. Yeah. Shout out to K Business Channel. As a Nigerian African is corrupted, so have tried to go back home, but they are met with old politicians who don't want change. So The best thing to do about those type of politicians, you're gonna have to fight. You know, and the reason why, if it's a voting, or you're gonna have to find a politician, or no, or y'all gonna have to develop your own politicians. So like, try to put somebody in the office that supports y'all and not the government. So that's the other thing you could do. Um, it's it's a smart thing to do, but you gotta have to find somebody to trust. Let me see what else. But yeah, that's what you could. I was talking to a Nigerian about that 2K business channel. You're gonna have to put somebody in there to support y'all when election comes, when the government chair comes. These are the people you need to be pushing in. These are the people you need to be promoting, saying like, "Yo, we want him to represent us." You know, and he has to stand 10 toes down. Facts. They're smart, not intelligent. Thank you, Six Nation. True Essence. What's up, fans? I like the information shit. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. True Essence 87. I tried. That's why I try to do a show every day. You know, so thank you, man, for supporting me. I do appreciate it. Let's read it. Let's read. Let's write. Let's walk and talk. No, they don't. That's what a bullshit BS rumor. What rumor? Let's read, let's write, let's walk and talk. Let me know. I don't know what you're talking about. Shabaka, as always. Africa are smart. You are working for whites and doing. What you think y'all doing now? Y'all get taxed by Europe. What are you trying to say, Shabaka? The fuck? Is it being is not fighting Tariq. Tariq got zombie talking. Stupid. Japanese wants Africans. Japan wants Africa. No, China wants Africa. They want your resources. Because y'all not doing anything with your resources, so they think they could do better with your resources. You heard what the French prime minister said about you. They were talking crazy about y'all. Y'all motherfuckers didn't say anything. You had Abraham talk for you. But the thing about it, this is where it gets fucked up at, because y'all not gonna defend him once the going gets tough. Y'all gonna turn on him and go back to your mud hut and say, "Yo, I wasn't there." You know, y'all can't do that. Y'all gotta stand 10 toes down with oh boy. Voting is a joke. They rigged the election. This is where, you know what? This is where what is it? This is where a protest comes. Y'all gonna have to fight then. If you can't have no fair shot, this is where you need to fight. You know what? Sometimes casualties shows that like, yo, you know what? This shit ain't working. This is a cry for help. This is a cry for, for something. The world government took the white man's mentality. Yeah. That's true, Rando. The world government took the white man's mentality. Look at the white people now talking about it's the Jews. Nigga, they still white. They want to blame everybody except themselves. Like, yo, they say, like, yo, we fucked up. Give them people them cheddars, then after that, give them their policies. Let's start over. Let's see, let's go back down. Asians like white folks are smart. Facts. That's facts. That's true. About they're smart, not intelligent. Yeah. Let's see. Shout out to Del Monte. How's everything? I'm moving around. Don't know what the subject. We're talking about is Jesus Christ. Sorry. Is it better to be traditionally happy? Then we're about to get into the main topic in like probably 20 minutes. 10 minutes. Hold on. China has Africa. Facts. Shabaka, America. talking gibberish when you built America and own nothing. Yeah, because our debt that is over. Generational wealth has been taken. Oh, what's going on, YouTubian? Shout out to you. How's Texas? Hey, I'm going to be honest. I'll take my hat over the shit they built. Nah. I'll take the projects any day of the week. I was living lovely in the projects. What? Yo, Project Heat, hot water, man. You can't just turn the hot water on. When it's hot, it's just super hot. Nah, I love it, man. I love the projects, man. What else? If you need some sugar or some fruit or vegetables, yo, you got your people, yo, you got the next door neighbors like, yo, can I get some butter or something? Or let me get a little bit of Kool-Aid. I'm making some sugar. Let me get some sugar. I'm making some Kool-Aid. I'll bring you some over when it gets cold. Yo, yeah, we got that. Boom, all of that. Oh, I'll take the projects any day of the week. I love the projects. What else? Bro, I've been busy, heavy. Yeah, man, I know YouTubian, man. That's a good thing, man. Shout out to you. Kwame, the man, the myth, the legend. That's Dr. Umar's nephew right there. Kwame over there. 32 people did. You brought the subscription. Yeah, man. It's because of you, man. Yo, all of y'all, man. Y'all all helped me out, man. What you mean? All of y'all helped me out. Thank you. That's why I say I appreciate it. I will subscribe, have to roll. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it, K Business Channel. Thanks, man. Hey, yo, let me know when you have a episode or a show out. Definitely, I'll come down there and show. I'll show out in the live. Let's see. Tell us about that mansion you got with 500 tellers inside. Yeah, they already going at it already. I didn't forget, little boy. Dante is jealous of Dante. Nobody is jealous of Tariq. Shout out to Dante, man. Nobody's jealous. Okay, we're gonna get into some videos soon. Ask them all, what do you say, optimistic rattlesnake? Shout out to you too, man. I don't know what you're saying, but yo, shout out to you. That looks like Outkast's first album. So I don't know what it says, man. Let's see. Nick LOL Machiavelli. Damn, I stay out your mind. Jamaicans don't go that way. Damn, Kwame already hitting subliminals. You're right. I won't do that. Yeah, man, that Project Heat, man. Yo, you go to the mud hut, you gotta go to an ocean, you gotta go get some water from the alligator river. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Get bit by an alligator, missing fingers and stuff. Yeah, I'll take the projects in no time. Any day of the week. Nah, I'll leave that Bati activities to you, my boy. I won't want nothing from white gold. Yeah, facts. White folks. Facts, yeah. U.S. just issued more travel ban to Africa's country, and Nigeria made the list. Oh, shit, really? I didn't think Nigeria would have made the list. Oh, shit. Did you go premium of YouTube? No, not yet. I'm thinking about it. Should I? FBA tired. Yeah. Rocking that African garment today. Nah, this is Prince. That's Prince. Yeah, that's a Prince album t-shirt. I'm a Prince fan. Let's see. Nigeria is one of the countries we stay co-opted. Most of the countries we put travel bans on are countries we dispute. Facts. That's true. Nation, you sound as to, nothing about America. He and you are Tariq Nasheed zombies. Tariq got y'all. Okay, Shabaka. Who's jealous of Tariq? Yo, we didn't start the question yet, Shabaka. Jesus Christ. I mean, Kwame. We didn't start the... Jamaicans be scamming for the visas. Yeah, man, grinding for a green card. Yeah, them Jamaicans, man, they be getting them 300-pound white women with senior citizenship, with SSI. Yeah. That's Kwame. Trump banned every tether country. Yeah, man, he's keeping y'all out now. See, this is the crazy part. We could have been backing y'all motherfuckers up, but y'all fucked it up. Your people fucked it up, Kwame. Says ban every Kwame, if you have your girl cook me some spicy fire ass burrito. Ooh, yeah. I want a beef burrito too. Yeah, I want a Jamaican patty. Yeah. Got them baked Jamaican patties going. We'll get the commercial out. Okay, definitely. I'll do it. Thanks, Del Monte. I'll get it this week. Shabaka, love you, brother. Told you. Six Nation, I told you, right? Shabaka's crazy, right? He talks crazy, but at the end of the day, you just, this is what we do every time. Kwame too, watch. FBA got everything on the side. Trump bid every African. No, know what it is? I'm going to tell you where y'all fucked up at. Trump knows that blacks are not messing with all these Africans and these Caribbeans anymore. So he was like, we could put bans on them because these black people aren't going to fight for them. Don't forget, we've helped y'all come to this country. Black people have died for y'all to come to this country. Got beat, sexually violated for y'all to come to this country just so y'all can have the same rights like us and the same resources. And we lost some of those resources just so y'all can have the resources. This is why we say, this shit got crazy, because at the end of the day, y'all always talk about, I came over here with $2 in my pocket and I still made it. Yeah, because you had our resources. I've offered Shabaka food, tea, and some change. He would not. He stated on a principle. Yeah. FBA didn't help do anything but sell drugs on the corner. See, I told you. This is why your ass is going back, Kwame. You better grind for that green card from that white senior citizen in Coney Island. I'm gonna tell you that, Kwame. Everyone can scam stupid people. Shabaka's mad. He's writing in all capital letters. You still don't know. There's something wrong with you, not me. This country ain't shit without stealing from Africa. I guess so. Well, let me ask you something, Shabaka. Why won't you fight for the country then? I thought you said you wasn't a citizen, man. Oh, you did marry that white senior citizen woman, huh? I be grinding for a green card. I want to make love to you. Be my 90-day fiance. Go on, Kwame. Shout out to Kwame. He was grinding for a green card, man. Shout out to you, player. But let's get into these videos. So let's get into the main topic, actually. Black diaspora jealous of Tariq Nasheed, is it? Let's actually talk about it. Some of y'all came spazzing on me because y'all seen the topic question. We didn't even start the topic question. We're going to start now, all right? We're going to do like an hour of it, and we're going to get busy, all right? Yeah, it's true. Shabaka Kwame be doing cocaine with white women. With the jack on the side, yep. Mm-hmm. Right, Shabaka? He know what I'm talking about. Don't let him lie to you. That ass is narrow. Figure you were talking about me. especially after the BBL talk. Nah, I didn't know you had a BBL. No, everybody in where I live at has BBLs. They're not even rich. They're all Spanish. What you mean? Yeah, man, they probably did something to these drug dealers, man. Probably licked some balls or something. Made him fall in love, man. Yo, like, look at what's his name, Travis Hunter, man. That man fell in love. That girl did something to him, man. That little Mexican girl, she did something. Ooh, he didn't want to go to nobody. He was like, shaking. Talk about his girl. His girl be like full out disrespecting him, and he's like, yo, I love her, man. Fuck it. This is what comes with it, you know. Ooh, he just got the shivers when she did whatever she did to him. Yo. Yo, y'all crazy. Oh man. Let me see. Hold on. Before we start this. But let's see what I'm gonna do. We're gonna do this one right here.
Like you?
Many of them are, yes. There's a lot of people here. We got Dr. Randy Short here, the woman who called.
I'm trying to bring you a
Shout out to Big Dog Gaming.
Let's go. Go ahead.
What I don't understand is that, like,
Tariq, shout out to Big Dog Gaming. I'm gonna explain it real fast. Entertainment. He's good at he's successful in entertainment as such as movies, media, production. He's a multimillionaire. He's not a multimillionaire for no reason, Big Dog, you know. He didn't scare a bookseller. He had one of the greatest books in the early 2000s. Relationship books. Yes, he talked about relationship. He taught men how to pick up women. Yeah. I'm telling you. This is Tariq Nasheed has done a lot. You got to check that man's resume. So to be an anti-white who dates you should go on 6 Nation Free. Well, I'm gonna say this. Thomas Jefferson hated black people, but he loved black women. Most of his kids were black, half black, yeah. Oh yeah.
I've been in your spaces a few times, and like you put down people from Africa.
I do
like,
not. No, I don't.
You know, you don't like throw curse words, but you're basically saying you're not me, so you're not a part of us. So it's like, what?
That's
What
not
are
a
you
ma'am.
doing?
But that's not a put down. I have a unique ethnic group. The woman who called up was basically trying to pretend to be us, and she's not. That's not a put down. We come from two different ethnic groups.
Mm-hmm.
This woman was too ashamed to even name the country she came from. I'm not ashamed of my lineage. So that makes us different even in that respect. Right? Uh-huh.
Okay, well, that woman before, I have no idea why she couldn't say where she was from.
Right.
But
Yeah, I don't come
think,
from that.
I
None of
just
my
think,
you ask anybody in my
you
family
don't
where they're
see
from,
white
we'll start naming
people-
it
you don't
off.
see
Go
white people
ahead.
saying you're not from here, so you're not.
Shout out
from,
to
you're
Six
not one of
Nation.
us.
Thanks for the
it's like
donation.
ridiculous.
No, she's not of my lineage. Yeah.
Not her. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about all the other people
Right.
that come in here.
Yes, none of these people, we respect their lineages. They have to respect ours. What we don't want is people coming over, tethering off of our lineage, pretending to be from our lineage.
Facts. Thomas Jefferson, his second wife, what's her name, Helmsley or something like that? She was from England. She was a black slave in England. He brought her over here because she wasn't gonna come over here, but the story was that he brought her over here and her kids will never be slaves. They will never be slaves. They will never become a slave. That's why she married Thomas Jefferson. But Thomas Jefferson was a freak. All his mistress was black. Yeah.
And then trying to act as representatives for us when they don't have our lineage and our collective interest in mind for betterment. So that's a problem. We don't want
But you
outside.
realize
Oh no, yeah, we did. We did. You know, can you prove that I'm lying? And shout out to Slade.
the collective world has no idea how to distinguish the two or three,
Yes,
however
oh,
you're.
they know. Oh, yes, they know. Because listen,
Oh yeah,
the
Randall is
collective
white too.
world, they're
Yeah,
influenced by
he's not lying.
foundational Black American culture. When you go around the world, they're dressed like foundational Black Americans. They're not dressed like Ethiopians. When you go around the world, they're not dressed like Nigerians.
Mm-mm.
When you go around the world, they're not dressed like Caribbeans. They're acting, speaking, dancing, and carrying themselves like foundational Black
Do you
Americans.
think
So
do you
people
think
do
they sound
know.
like you?
They
Do you
absolutely
think
do know.
in
Excuse
your
me.
room?
They do what?
Do you think people in your room right now? Do you think they're as educated and speak eloquently like you?
Many of them are, yes. There's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people here. We got Dr. Randy Short here, I'm about to let up. It's a brilliant
Oh,
guy. Brilliant, brilliant. We
okay.
got a lot of brilliant people. Sister Brooke, brilliant, beloved sister. We got a lot of great minds. We Sister Wani
Okay.
comes in and out. We have
Facts.
brilliant foundational Black Americans in this room. But go ahead, dear.
Okay. Okay, dear.
All right?
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Right now might be one of the best times to learn how to trade because when the market
Yeah,
pulls
that's what I'm
back,
starting to
smart
do. I'm
traders know
starting to
that's
do
when real
morning trades, so I'll
Oh,
start probably
goodness.
next
Okay, let
week
me get
or
Dr.
following
Randy
week.
Short in the building. Speaking of, and we got highly intelligent people, man. We got the master teacher, Dr. Randy Short, in the building. Dr. Short, how are you, brother?
Us,
That
man.
too.
And
Round of
That too, but he did marry one too. He did marry a black woman at a time. But you're right. Shout out to Rivera. You're right. He did sexually violate them. And there was some that actually were bed wenches. You know, so you're half right.
applause for you. Got to give you a round of applause.
oh my God, you're teaching tonight. You should have been there. You should be president of Harvard
Man.
and Howard too. Oh my God. Oh my God. And just, oh my God. Brother, we have to tell people the truth. This is something. It's really bad when folks they do the Elvis Presley thing to us as
Oh
well.
shit.
Yes.
And it's wrong. It's sort of like I have a friend, a good brother, who's Russian and Nigerian by background, but his son is named Fela Kuti.
Mm-hmm.
But Fela Kuti is doing a very bad version of James Brown. Fela Kuti learned he was black in America now. He's like the king of Afro pop, even though he's deceased. And they're so proud of Fela Kuti, but Fela Kuti learned that here.
Right.
It's all from here. And we're not mad at them for doing that. But Fela Kuti,
Fela
Fela
Kuti had
Kuti
like
can't
20
touch
wives
Louis
too.
Armstrong. He can't touch Fat Waller. He can't touch Miles Davis. He can't touch anything here. I ain't mad if they like him with that slow ass shit that they listen to. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But he's copying something. And this is one of the things I don't like about Scam Africanists. Okay. And, I was talking to Sister Wani. I think you just mentioned her. We talked for about 3.5 hours today. And I was talking to her about all the Pan-African work I used to do. And here's the thing I want to tell everybody, which is why I'll be goddamn, Tariq, if anybody try to correct me. I was in a Pan-African group, did everything, and I asked, hey, can we ever talk about America? Can we ever talk about the police kill?
Mm-mm.
And I
Okay,
started,
go ahead.
they didn't give a damn about anything that happened.
Uh-oh, Dr. Short. Uh-oh, Dr. Short. Where you at, brother?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you kept going. You're going in and out.
You know what that's about, right? Because when Sister Brooke came on, I couldn't hear one word. I just got off the phone with her. They attacking your space because you're teaching so hard. But I was saying, when I used to do all kinds of work with Pan-African groups, whenever you would ask them, can we do something or even talk about Black American stuff, they would laugh. In fact, they wouldn't even meet, or they would say, none of y'all are interested in us. This is, well, could we have a meeting close to where we live? No. They want to meet in white areas so nobody Black would come and then curse us for not coming. But they want our effort, but they do not want to share any reciprocity. It's the same way when the Caribbeans went and asked for reparations from England and they got flipped off. When they went and asked for reparations back when Obama was president, there was no mention of reparations for us. Yet these devils come here and denounce our getting reparations, try to sabotage our shit. But when they went to get theirs, they got turned down. Some of them are trying to hijack our stuff here, either deny it to us or say they get a piece of ours. Can you imagine? It's like a home invasion. And no, pardon my language, you got to get the fuck out. It's our house. I don't hate anybody. Just as sure as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to my friend in Malawi whose life I saved. I don't hate folk in Africa, but we got to deal with the fact that we got a cross and a struggle and a cause and a history and a legacy and a lineage. And I like the way you delineate it with, pardon my language, I'm going to say it, that bush bitch that you had on, who's trying to hook up with that. Because to me, if you sold us out, we can't be the same people, the same way, no matter how great a general. The best American general in the American Revolution until he sold out was who? Benedict Arnold. But once he sold out, none of the good he did mattered. None of our connections matter at the point that you betrayed us and sent us into genocide and servitude. That's when we cease to be yours. Okay? So I don't hate anyone. I claim my lineage wherever it is, but we've got our struggle here, and you rarely find anyone that wants to stand 10 toes down with us here. There are some, and we love them, and we're not mad about where people... See, it's not where you come from. It's what you do once you get here. And most of the folks are doing is backstabbing, betraying, doing basically a foo-foo Elvis Presley act, and we're not taking it. And brother, keep standing. Let me land so other people can talk, but brother, keep doing it. You have me up here laughing at 4 o'clock, and it's 5 o'clock almost. It's true. Delineate, emancipate, and then compensate.
Yes, indeed. Good man, Dr. Short. Give it up for Dr. Short, ladies and gentlemen.
What if recording high-quality content, editing like a pro, and streaming like a star was as simple as hitting record? With Riverside, it's just that. Riverside makes the entire process easy, from recording to editing to streaming without having to jump from app to app. Everything you need is all in one place. Recording is simple. Hit record to capture your live session locally, maintaining the highest quality recording while also creating separate audio and video tracks for each participant. And when it comes to streaming, it's never looked this good. Stream in HD with high quality video and audio customized with your logo, background, and color theme. Engage with your viewers easily through the centralized chat box, bringing everyone together across different social channels. Riverside's AI-enhanced editor lets you cut down on editing time. Use it to transform your recordings into high-quality, branded content. Get transcriptions automatically and use them to edit just like a doc, or use the chaptered timeline where it's divided into chapters that make it easier to skim and scan. And when all's said and done, Riverside goes the extra mile to optimize your content for sharing. Add video captions in various styles, easily resize your video.
Big GT, what's happening, man?
You can't be coming out here and lying like this. I thought you was a historian, my guy. You're not telling the truth. It's yourself.
Okay, what's the lie? What's the lie?
that your ancestors also tried to enslave other Africans and got enslaved themselves.
None of my
Like you have to tell the truth. Yeah,
No.
yes, yes,
No,
yes,
they didn't. It's
yes,
your musty ass
yes.
people that got
That
people
means
caught up.
that
was
can't be, bro.
it was
It can't
it
be.
was your musty ancestors that were selling
It
people.
can't
Sir.
be. It can't be, bro. Like you have to accept it 50
It
50.
ain't no
One of your
50-50.
ancestors was a slave catcher, and one was a victim of a slave
And
capture. You know what I'm saying? That's how
my
it goes.
family were the victims of your musty ancestors, sir, and that's why y'all failed now because of the karma.
I heard your ancestors were in France selling slaves, my guy. So I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Your history of your family is even booky.
No,
You know what I'm
nobody.
saying?
I
Like,
don't have any
yeah.
French in my family, so I don't know what
Okay.
troll page you got
Okay.
that from. So you tethers
Okay.
lie.
Okay.
So that's it. Y'all were lying back in the 1400s, and you're
Right.
lying now, sir.
Bro, this like you had EJ up here coping, that special needs kid that should worry about improving his grades in school, not worrying about Africans and fly squatting and shit. He probably shits his pants still. He can't even go toilet by himself, but he's talking about other.
Well, at least there's a toilet to go to. I mean, you guys come from where you're wiping your ass on the curb, sir. You're shitting on streets and on the pavement, sir. So you cannot talk about our brother EJ, and you have to wipe your ass with ostrich feathers, sir. So you're not going to say anything about our brother EJ at all, sir.
I've seen videos of people in the South shitting in the streets
Oh,
behind
you
their.
ain't seen nobody in the South of the United States shitting in the streets unless they're
I've
homeless.
got the video.
Unless they're homeless and crazy, or your fellow tethers. Yeah, we don't do
Sorry,
Tariq,
but
I've
I
got the
just made
video.
myself some
Tariq, I've got
coffee.
the
You
video.
don't have a video
Don't
of
make me
doing
post
that,
it, Tariq.
sir. We don't have
Don't
a
make me
video.
post it,
You
Tariq.
don't have a
Don't
video.
make me post
No,
it.
you don't have a video of
Don't
us
make-
doing that, sir. No, that's not part of the culture, sir. They have to have signs in your homeland telling you to chill out with shitting on the streets, sir. I mean, good grief. That's why you're up there in the UK right now, stanking, eating some English muffins, sir. So just recognize that
Please,
you
Tariq.
had to split from the shit. All right, let's just keep it a buck. All right. So
The
anyway,
obsession with shitting and
get out of here. All right, you had to split from the shit. All right, let's get Bad Ika in the building.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'm a Somalian tether.
Okay.
And I want 50 lashes for all the disrespect these tethers from Africa bring over here and disrespecting our brothers. And in Africa, especially Somalia, we don't have a country. We don't know how to run a government or anything. We're running from our country, we're coming to America, and we're disrespecting our brothers, African American brothers. I don't accept that.
There you go. Now I appreciate you calling them out. Captain, what's up, Captain? Captain, you can unmute that mic. That'll be phenomenal. Captain. Mr. Captain, that would be great. All right. Oh, yes, indeed. Captain, where you at, man? Hurry up. Get up in here with that janky phone. All right. All right, let's get Descendant. Let's get Descendant up here. I remember you from the other day. I can't remember what the conversation is. Descendant. Hop in, Descendant. Mr. Descendant, it would be great if you could unmute your mic. There's some connectivity issues going on. So usually it's like that with tether phones. So I don't know what you guys got going on. But both of your phones are having a janky time loading up. All right. So while we're waiting on that, let's try. Let me get a new face. We've been in here for a long time, by the way, too. We've been up here for a long time. Let's get Captain. Let's try Captain again. And then we'll get Descendant again. Captain, you good?
I'm good. Hi, Tariq. How are you?
I'm good, Captain. How are you? What's on your mind?
Yeah.
Hold on,
Oh,
Descendant, hold on.
No, hell no. You do that every time, bro. Trash.
Okay, you're just gonna bogart your way in like this is the immigration office? I mean, you got to sit down and
Also, janky ass shit. You're like, I'm gonna bring some.
sit down and take a number, sir. You just can't run across the border. This is not the U.S. border where you just got you a bag of bushmeat running across the damn field. Calm down. Descendant, what are you upset about?
Why can't you stay organized?
This is the shit I'm talking about. And the thing about it, yo,
where you prioritize short-term actions like
I want to say this. All the success that Africans and Caribbeans talk about, I don't think it adds up to Black American success, because we built a country where everybody wants to come to. You know, and Tariq is telling us this. You know, shout out to River. I got to see what word it is. I don't know. Sometimes if I don't know what it is, I just tell you I don't know what it is, or I'll look it up. You know. Yeah. Once again, Tariq is an agent trying to separate us as Africans. We're not Africans. What do you mean? The fuck? Yo. Shabaka, why do you always do it? Yo, Shabaka, stop calling me an African, man. Yo, you know, Shabaka, have you ever noticed that some people take that shit disrespectful when you call them an African? I'd rather be called an African booty scratcher than an African. Because at least I know you're joking around when you say an African booty scratcher. You call me an African, it's like, let me tell you something. I remember this guy who was an independent. That was his party, was independent. He was arguing with a conservative. And he said some crazy shit. He's like, yeah, see? You're just like a liberal. This dude choked him up, white guy choked him up. What the fuck you say to me? He said, my hands are up. My hands are up. I'm not going to do nothing. My hands are up. I was like, oh my God. And the thing about it, I ain't even gonna lie. I started it and I just walked out. I didn't know that it was gonna keep on going on. But all I think I came back into was the guy say, "Yup, just like a liberal," and he just choked him up. And I did not know. Hey, have a good one, Rando. I still to this day don't even know what a liberal is. You know, so I just know that certain people don't like to be called a liberal, and that motherfucker was like, "Yo, I got my hands up. I'm not gonna do nothing." Yo, I'm sorry. It's just, yo, certain people just make me laugh when they do crazy shit like that. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, yo, this is how, why white people like fighting? Why is this white rage or something? I'm like, yo, what is going on? He's like, yo, you started it. I was like, what did I start? I said, you asked something after that, they started going at it. Oh, yeah. Just another question, too. I told this one dude, do you believe there aliens? And the guy, another white guy, is like, yo, you're so fucking ignorant. He's like, you think we're the only one in this world? The motherfuckers started arguing. I don't know why people argue over the craziest shit. I'm not leaving. That was so. Oh. I am aware of the rage I feel towards white supremacy is ancestral. Could be, yeah. Liberals is that Washington State BS. I don't know. I don't know what a liberal is. All I know is like it's like Democrats, and they say, "Oh yeah, they're liberals." I still don't know what a liberal is to this day. I just put it as a Democrat. You know, I know what a conservative is, but it's kind of, sort of know what a conservative. It's like you want everything equal. You know. If you do the job, you should get paid for it. Like shit like that. Oh my God, ancient aliens is horrid. Erase the contribution indigenous people. Yeah, they always do that bullshit, man. Whenever, every time we build something super dope that they don't understand, they always say fucking aliens did the shit. Because you don't understand how it was built. The pyramids. Oh, aliens did that. Yo, people be getting on my nerves with that crazy shit. Visit Seattle, You'll see.
Descendant, what
All
are you
right,
upset
I'll
about,
do that,
sir?
Del Monte. Definitely.
Okay, you're just not gonna just start talking all willy nilly, just bogarting your way in.
Woo,
no, it don't work
coffee.
like that, sir. You got to sit down, put some deodorant on, and wait for your number to be called. All right, while we're waiting on Descendant to demystify himself, let's get Captain. Captain, go ahead, brother.
Demystify.
Yeah, thank you, Tariq. So I'm sympathetic to the concerns of the so-called Foundation of Black African. I'm quite sympathetic to that.
What's a foundational black? What's a
shit.
foundational black African? What's that?
So, just based on your definition, you're talking about a new species of Africans, according to you, if I understand you correctly, that are a product of not just.
Oh yeah, happy birthday to Tupac Shakur. Today's his birthday. R.I.P.
The American social political context, but as well as slavery. So there is that.
No.
This man's living in a white man's society and
Man, if you don't shut your ass up. But yeah, that term foundational black African, that contradicts itself. You're not foundational because Africa's been around for millions of years.
and you're still living here on Instagram and TikTok.
Okay, I'll get you in a minute, Descendant. Calm down. Calm down. I'm not talking to you, sir.
Descendant is
I
sounding
can't
off
wait.
more.
Let's do this.
I don't know what's
Come
going
on.
on.
But you, Descendant, you're going to have to respect our African brother, though. All right? He's talking.
I do respect
Then let
that.
him
I don't
talk.
respect you because
But let him
you're
talk.
simping people.
Let him talk. You're not in a
Descendant, do what
Descendant,
I did.
let me talk to my brother.
Go eat a goat or something.
All right.
Eat a goat while I'm
All right,
talking to
Descendant,
Tariq.
I got you. You're not going nowhere, Descendant.
Okay.
I got you. I got to talk to my brother
I
here.
can't wait.
Yeah, I got
I can't
you.
wait. Let him go.
All right.
Let him go.
All right. Now, Captain.
Yeah,
like I said,
thank you.
Descendant of
I don't know why niggas can't respect rules. It's so weird.
Right.
Anyway.
But yeah, the descendant of black Africans, that's a contradictory term. We're not descendants of black Africans. We're descendants, we're foundational black Americans. You said foundational black Africans. We're foundational black Americans.
Yeah.
Don't get shit up, by the way. You're on Twitter right now, simping people. So that's the thing. Let the man go.
I'm doing what to people? What?
Let the man talk. You're a simp. Go ahead.
Okay, you're just saying random words, Descendant.
Okay. This guy.
Yeah.
No, he's talking about like, oh, I'm so African descendant.
Okay, what I'm going to do, because I'll get you in a second. I just took you off because you act like he thinks this is the immigration office. But yeah, foundational black Africans, that's a contradictory term. Yeah, we're foundational black Americans. Yeah, Africans been around for a long time. Everybody.
Are you suggesting that you have no African origins?
Never said that.
What you suggested?
Didn't say that whatsoever.
Then, but why isn't the African?
He didn't say he doesn't have African descendants. He said that he had an ethnogenesis. So all y'all Africans who are African sympathizers and shit, who keeps on saying, "Oh yeah, he said he's not African." No, we have African DNA. It's just from thousands of years ago. Now all of us got off that slave ship. I told y'all my situation. My situation is that my great great grandmother is from Alaska, but she ended up in fucking Atlanta. Well, not Atlanta, Georgia, Augusta. You know, I still to this day don't know how it happened, but it happened, you know? Am I to not say that, like, yo, my grandmother wasn't native to this land? This is the stuff that we have to, think about.
African in your description of this new species of Americans that you are so concerned
because
about?
I'm not a continental African. See?
So when we refer to white Americans as Italian American, European Americans, do we deny them their Americanness? Is there something wrong with that particular description of these species of people?
Yeah, most white Americans, they don't really identify as Italian Americans. Yeah, they would do that when they first immigrated here. But after
What are your
after
presidents doing going to, Ireland, Joe Biden, Obama, everyone with even just a dot of, a small percentage of Irishness, they always want to go to Ireland. What's that about?
I don't even know what that means. I'm just saying we are foundational Black Americans. I can't claim Africa. Africa doesn't claim me. I don't have any citizenship
Well,
nowhere in Africa.
you are generalizing. That's the issue, Tariq. You talk as if you've met every single
I
Africans
don't
and
have
as
to.
though
Well,
Africans are a monolith.
right, but no African nation has granted us easy citizenship and given us anything. So why am I claiming anything in Africa when nothing in Africa is giving us anything? Right?
Yeah, that's Africans have been busy fighting for their own freedoms
Right.
and so, to be honest with you, and also fighting for economic
Right. So
freedom.
why should I?
That
So
many
why?
of them
Okay.
were
So
less.
you're doing you, and we're doing us. So why
Yeah,
should we claim you?
but what does that translate to? I am not African, denying your ancestry.
Yeah, everybody has African ancestry at one point,
I told y'all.
right?
I have said that for
What I
years.
am saying to you is something a bit more
No,
fundamental than
sir.
that,
Everybody,
Tariq.
sir. White people got
But
African
Africans
ancestry.
use
That's why
like
when they do DNA tests, there's some African DNA that shows up there. But they've
Yeah,
had
but
an ethnogenesis just like we had an ethnogenesis, sir.
if we get into evolutionary
facts, true
biology, we are going
essence.
to have several
I
contestations.
Right.
believe
You're
the
taking
same
it for
thing.
granted that those issues are
I believe the
self-evident.
same
There
thing.
are, when you talk about evolutionary biology, there are areas where people are still debating, but your ancestry as an African is not in question, is it not?
Everybody has African ancestry. That's what I'm saying, sir.
Facts.
Okay, so to put it differently, your ancestry. Okay, so for
I
example,
don't have
so
any African relatives in Africa. I can't
so
go and
so you you
I
you
can't
you you
point to a
claim you
cousin.
claim your
I
roots to
can't listen.
Africa are just the same as that of the
I
Chinese. Is
don't
that your
have a
claim?
Thanks, true
cousin or an
essence.
uncle
Thanks,
or an auntie in Africa
Shannon.
nowhere, sir. This is what I'm
Your
saying.
Grammy, your granny,
Okay, so for
landed in
somebody to belong
Africa.
to a people, they must
I
have a
can explain
people
that.
in that
Yeah, that's what
particular.
a lineage. That's what a lineage is, where you can trace cousins, grandmothers,
Africans
aunts,
do
uncles.
find
That's what a
Africans
lineage is. You
slowly
can trace specific
So
people.
me as an African in Europe, if all my peoples were to die, God forbid, then I'm no longer African based on that view.
That doesn't
Europeans,
Is
make
that
any
what you're saying?
sense.
Shabaka. Europeans has African DNA. You know that, right? Can they still be considered African if they do?
That makes
Black
zero
Americans
sense,
are the
sir.
most
You are
ethnically
suggesting that if you don't
diverse.
have people on the continent of Africa, then
Facts.
you're not African.
Thanks, Six
Yeah.
So
Nation
if
Free.
by some misfortune, my entire clan were to pass, then I'm no longer African.
No,
By
because
some
you know
miracle, I
that
become
clan. No, 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 no,
European and
no,
only
no, no.
European.
That's like saying if, my mother and father died and my grandparents died, that I'm no longer American.
Why do
No, because
Africans
I know them.
Africa
I know the
But that's
translate
lineage.
exactly what
to
you're
That's
saying,
not what
Tariq.
I'm
You're saying you have
saying,
no
sir.
African
That's
ancestry
not what I'm
because you have
saying
no
because
aunties on the
that's
continent of
not what I'm
Africa. That's what
saying
you're
because
saying.
I still know their lineage. I still know my family.
They want us so bad because at the end of the day, reparations one. Two is that they're starting to find out that most of these discoveries were from Black Americans, like these universal discoveries and stuff. That they were these were Black people that were created or had contributed a lot to it. So basically, they try to Africanize it, say, "Oh yeah, we was doing that in Africa like 5,000 years ago," or some stupid shit like that. They always do that. Like look how they try to take Creole food and say that it's African food because they use okra. I'm like, okra grows everywhere. The fuck? Tomatoes grow everywhere. Rice grows everywhere. Like I don't get it, Eva. It's just it's crazy. It blows my mind. Like you're taking um achievement for something that grows from the ground. That's that is natural. Like this is the type of arguments that we do be having, and I think it's stupid. Like if we put a dish together and stuff like, yeah, we made that dish. Oh yeah, but you use African. Like, how is it African? Because Africans created okra and then it just grow from the ground. Just shit like that, man. It blows my mind, man. So they tried to make us so effing African, push us underneath them, you know, and then try to kiss. Yeah, absolutely. They do that. Sound like a 7-year-old comprehension. Yeah, I believe it, Del Monte, man. These Africans want to slide. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you're right. They want to slide into that reparations. You're right. All this stuff is true, man. It's just, this is why I say, yo, are they jealous of Tariq Nasheed? Because he's stopping this shit. You got to understand, when you think of reparation right now in this era, you think of Tariq because he went hard body for years fighting for it. He used all the his achievements that he has been doing for years. The hidden colors and buck breaking and all of that shit. He used all of that notoriety just to push reparation. Because reparation wasn't being pushed. This is what they always say. Oh yeah, we could come back to that. We'll handle that later. We got something else we need to handle. That's what they always been saying for us for the last 30 years. All of a sudden, they can't push it no more. We ain't got no money. You ain't got no money now? Yeah, you got money somewhere. And they got exposed because of the COVID. Everybody was balling. Everybody was balling. And in the pandemic, everybody was balling. Even broke people. You couldn't catch one homeless person on the street. That's how balling everybody was. Let me
His lineage. In Africa, you know, if your people died tomorrow, you still know their lineage. You still know who your cousin
But if I
was.
was an orphan who was picked up by some white family and I do not know my people, and everybody that would tell me about my people is dead, would that mean I'm not African?
Yeah, well, sir, if you have not been there for damn near half a millennia and you've had an ethnogenesis and those nation states don't even exist no more, then no, you're not that no more, sir.
Which nation states are you talking about?
None of them. None of the nations. But, sir, I've been here longer.
Give me an example of an African nation and people that don't exist from which you came.
My family has been here as foundational Black Americans longer than damn near all of those African nations that are currently there now. The only African nation that was there then was Ethiopia, pretty much. But other than that, those African nations have been remixed.
That is not historically true. We know African kingdoms that exist to this day that have existed for thousands of years. The Shaunas, the Bugandas, we have the Ashanti.
Those are just tribes. Those are tribes. Those are not kingdoms no more. Those are tribes.
Africans are a tribal people, just like Europeans were tribal people.
No, those are roaming tribes. Those are roaming tribes, sir. Those kingdoms don't longer
exist. So were Europeans.
Right, but yeah, those are roaming.
The Saxons
so sir, slow down. Those roaming tribes have been remixed. So they roam one place, then other people become part of that tribe. Then they move a little farther south. Then other people become parts of that tribe. So it's a rotating tribe that rotates people, sir. It's not the same group of people. You understand? So yeah, they rotate and roam. And then what
Can you give me a concrete example of such a people is what I'm asking. Because the Scots are a tribe. They maintain their distinct identity, so do the Irish. In Africa, the Bashonas. They've existed for a very long time. They're an ancient people. So are the Bugandas. So are the Bembas. They're as some of them are as ancient as Egypt. So which people? Give me an example of a people in Africa that are new people that are no longer the people that they've always been.
Which tribe do you say have been there longer than the people of Egypt? Are you saying they've been in the same location?
I said they are as old as the people of Egypt.
Have they been in the same location?
Remember, are you familiar with the Bantu migration, Tariq?
Have they been in the same location?
They want that connection.
Are you familiar with the Bantu migration?
Yeah,
No people have ever been in the same place all the time. Africans were not.
That's what I'm saying.
But Africa was the ones that, how about this? We can mention that Africa helped sell 4% of Black Americans to America. Can we say that? Is that good enough for you? We mentioned Africa right there. Africa can't get no.
Move
they
around.
can't get
they
no
migrate
money
all over, so they're not.
Put it this way: you're not going to be able to get the reparations money, but you could get the policies. That's when y'all can consider yourself black. When we do black hate crimes and shit like that, intangibles. But when it comes to reparation money, no, y'all don't get that. Y'all didn't build anything. Y'all didn't build anything at all.
In one spot. That's why we can't claim any. We can't claim any of those areas because they've been revolving and moving and being remixed for centuries. So
they haven't done shit for
point
us.
to
You're
one
right.
group of people
Six
over
Nation
there and say,
free.
"Hey, you're part of that."
This is the concern I have with Black Africa.
Family, and this guy is proving my point for me, and he knows this. You can't point to no group in Africa now and say you're that. They've been remixed too much over there. They've had their little ethnogenesis. They've been tribes by name, but the people have been remixed.
Facts.
So yeah, we're different. We've had an ethnogenesis. That's what I'm saying. So
I'm asking you, which people are those? I studied African history. Give me an example of such a people. You're generalizing.
You just
Africa,
did, sir. You've
there are
already
more,
did.
there,
You've already said that
there are
they've
more
moved
differences
around.
between Africans than.
You've already said how the people have moved around and had Bantu migrations.
Will
You
you
said
allow
that.
me to clarify?
You
Because
said
you
that,
keep on
sir. I'm
muting me,
agreeing with.
Tariq.
We're actually in agreement, sir. So I don't know what the difficulty is. We're in agreement, right?
Nothing.
Want to dominate the stock market without risking your own money? You just need to learn from the right teachers. My name's Tim Leung, and this is my dad, Tom.
Hello.
We help everyday people earn money with stocks
I don't
using
see him
one
either.
simple strategy, and we're pretty darn good at it. Our company stock.
I don't see it either, and the reason why, because he's reaching out to Russia and these people, other people first. But it has always been like that, where they reach out to their white counterparts before they reach out to like Black Americans, and Black Americans get busy. They do not know what is oppression. Facts. Pay for the subs. Nah, but shout out to you. I'm Hopton. I'm not gonna pay for no subs, man. I'm sorry. I just rather get it, little by little. If I have to do 2 shows a day, I'd rather do it that way. It's just because it will be easier if I paid for it, but I don't want to pay for it. I wanna work for it. Everything ain't supposed to come easy. Sometimes. And also too, I would have never met all these people here if I would have paid for my subs. I'm gonna get the premium package now since Damonte told me about the premium package. So yeah, I don't have enough subs to do anything. You can build it. Last year I started off with like 12. It's just you just gotta build your content, doing it over and over and over and over. And ads are just awful. You guys need to try it for 1 month and tell me. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, Del Monte, you told me about the premium package. I'm going to do the premium package, so hopefully it would work. So thank you, I Hopton. But, yeah, Del Monte already threw that in there. So thanks to both of y'all for even saying that. You need like 50 to do lives. What, on YouTube? No. I started doing them. No, you do it. Go to Streamlab and just start like that. Streamlab is free. And just build it up like that. Because I first started on Rumble. but shit wasn't really happening in Rumble, so I went to YouTube and I just got busy, and I started meeting more people. It's everywhere. Facts. Yeah, facts. Right, you're right
And
about
we
that,
had a
Delmonte.
Will
foundation
you
of Black
allow
America.
me to make my point instead of
Yeah,
muting me?
yeah. You're not muted. You're not muted, sir.
Oh, okay.
Go
So what
ahead.
I'm saying is, here's how Africans lived. There were tribes in Africa where, if, for example, certain seasons it gets dry in one part of the country, they would move their cattle to the place which is raining. But when that place becomes dry, they'll cross the river to the part which is raining. They would move looking for food. It doesn't mean they change the country, they just change parts of the country.
No, the country has changed. The ecology
What
has
do you mean the
changed.
country has
Yeah, if there's
changed?
a drought, a lot of those places, like the Sahara Desert was not always a desert. There were tribal groups on there thousands of years
We
ago.
know where our
Listen, and
ancestors
when
are
it became,
buried
and
for
when it, listen, come on now. When it became a desert, people had to move somewhere else. So they had to migrate based on ecology, environment, invasions. When the
Facts.
Muslims came, those Arabs came invading Africa. When the Hyksos came and invading Egypt, people had to move here, move there because of certain circumstances. Just like us, our circumstance. We came here, we were brought here, and we mixed in with the other black people who were here for thousands of years. That's called an ethnogenesis, sir. So
America is about 500 years old.
yeah,
There are nations
but
in Africa that are older than that. What are you talking about,
sir,
Terry?
most of the nations over
You are
there
younger than the
now,
Zulus in years.
sir.
And yet you discount the Zulus and you take
No,
America
no,
seriously, which is
no, that's
500
not
years
true. The
old.
Zulus didn't get by name until like the 1600s. The Zulus are
The
relatively new.
Zulus are Ngunis. Zulu is the new name, but they are Ngunis.
Right.
And
So the name,
Ngunis
right.
are
So
all
the
over the top.
names, this is what I'm saying. The Zulus, that name is not an ancient thing. That
Facts.
name has only been around for a
But
few hundred
Ngunis
years.
are an ancient people.
Yeah, but yeah, they got remixed and they brought in other people, mixed in with other people, and then in the 1700s, they became the Zulus then, sir.
Mixed with who? Give me an
With other
example.
people who
We marry
migrated
each
down in
other
South
as
Africa.
Africans. It
With
doesn't.
other people who migrated down there in South Africa. You have all types of different tribes that are nomadic.
Which ones is the question I'm asking?
Dude, you got all types of them. What you mean?
What you need?
All of them are nomadic.
We were, yeah.
Sir, what
Africans don't
what
want
tribal
to
group
admit
has
we
been in one
are
place in
people
Africa
to
for
be
thousands of
respected.
years?
They
Who?
are just as.
Ever wonder how you could ride the waves of Apple stock like a seasoned pro? Let me tell you about the
agree with
profit
that,
cycles that Apple shares go
Hopton.
through. These are predictable movements.
I think they just don't want to respect us. They don't want to respect us, and I think that's a big problem. This is why they're so easy to argue with us. They're so easy to undermine us and underthink us and not pay attention of what we're saying. I think it's coming to that, Turf Island is what we call it thousands of years ago. Facts.
You tell me what group in that? What tribe?
Unmute me.
Okay, there you go. What tribe has been in Africa in the same place for thousands of years?
Okay, so
that's
for
a
example,
question.
the Bemba people, one.
Bemba, where and what
Shona
location?
people,
What location?
Zimbabwe. The Shona people of Zimbabwe are so ancient that some of the structures that have been built in Zimbabwe are older, or even as old as parts of Egypt.
Right.
Is the point I'm making?
The Bemba people are where?
Of Zambia, for example.
In Zambia.
Yes.
And
The Mwatakazembe people,
the Bemba
the
people have been,
Ushis, the Bisas, the Lubas of Zambia.
the Bemba,
And
are you
Congo.
saying the Bembas have been the same group right now? That's
Same group, same place. We can trace their kings as far. They are much older than America as a people.
okay. And here's the problem: if they've been there for thousands of years and people don't even know how to build roads and toilets and infrastructure,
What has
and they're still
development got
struggling,
to do with
we
whether
ain't
a people are
I ain't
ancient,
that.
Terry?
I ain't that. Okay, I ain't that. If y'all been there that damn long and you still shitting in the streets, I'm not that. That
Who
proves that I'm
said
not
people
that.
shit on the
There's
streets?
something
That's
they
just
ain't
a
doing
cheap.
right.
That's a cheap shot, Tariq. You know that.
No. We got a
People are
different
shitting on the
mindset.
streets
I
in
think
San
he's
Francisco. What are
Cameroonian.
you
They're
on
not.
about?
No,
Because
they're
he
not.
sounds
No,
French.
we're not still living in
You're
dilapidated
shitting on the
villages.
streets in San Francisco.
If you've been in the same damn place for 1,000
America
years,
is developed. Why are
and
people
you
shitting on the
shitting,
streets in San
and
Francisco?
you are sitting in a dilapidated village shitting on the sidewalk, we're different,
That
sir.
shit's crazy.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
just a cheap shot. Let's have
That's
an
not a
honest
cheap
conversation.
shot. Let's keep it a buck. That's
If
not a
y'all-
cheap shot. I'm
if y'all
different.
can't do
We're
public
different. We're
roads,
not the
I'm done.
same as a foundation of Black America. We do all types
You're
of shit.
different because you are big.
Really, Kwame? Kwame's back. Dr. Umar's little nephew. What's going on, Kwame? Hey, yo, that shit, I gotta agree with him, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Ungrateful diasporas. Yeah. Yo, it's. This is where I say it comes to a point where, like, they just don't want to respect Black Americans and the things that we have done, you know? I'm gonna play this other one by Slim Negus. Y'all appreciate this one. And they're gonna be talking about reparations. This is the first time I'm hearing this one, but we'll listen together.
Personally,
oh my God! Okay, so it's one thing.
Okay,
to
let's say we live in a world. U.S.
he
government
has
gives
an
reparations, and Black Americans get the number they get, whatever. I think Africans should still get a certain amount. It might not have to be the same.
Yeah,
full
facts.
amount, but we should
I
still
think
get
he's from Cameroon.
Sending reparations for the purpose of slavery. Reparations, like your 10 acres and a mule. We were never promised
40
10
acres.
and a mule. That was not our promise.
You don't think it's like slavery and how we're treated as being Black in
Babes,
America?
that's not what they talk
and
about.
like levels of what is the word? Not even just disrespect, but
like
all of that discrimination, racism. You don't think? You don't think you think it's like basically just slavery? That's the only reason. That's the only.
No, reparations. Like people who are asked for reparations it's like rooted in slavery. Yeah. Your 10 acres and your mule that no one got. People never
This
got.
is what they think of us.
Yeah, run it.
Okay.
I don't really want to put my opinion out here, but it can change. I'm still young. I still have time to be educated and know more.
What do y'all think about pan-Africanism? You know what that is?
Pan-Africanism
Well, she'll take that in her class, though.
I mean, yeah, I'm literally an AADS minor, but hey.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We're ready.
One of the
My bad.
50.
But like Pan-Africanism is like the idea that people should go back to Africa. Like African Americans should.
I'm sorry, no.
Oh, I was like, whoa, that's a good term.
No, my bad.
Right. That like African Americans should trace back their roots and go back to the motherland for sure.
Yeah.
What's Pan-Africanism?
What's the question? So what do we?
How do we feel about it?
Yeah.
I think it kind of I think if you want to do it, you should. You should definitely look into it. Ancestry and all that. I think it's fine. I think the problem starts to come in maybe when it's like some people might view it as like a takeover thing. Not takeover, but I know
they did
in
that in Liberia.
But I know in Ghana, right? They're opening our arms to so many African Americans to come back, and I think that's a good idea, and to rediscover their roots and plant their roots there as well. So I support it.
I support it too, for sure.
What about you?
I think it's a beautiful thing.
I think it's cool. To a certain extent.
Oh, it's a
You
beautiful
know what I'm saying?
thing.
Because it's I'm looking at it from this perspective, right? I'm talking about since the time I was in elementary school type.
No, bring it up. We can talk
No,
about it.
I hate that
We can
conversation.
talk about it.
Everybody
That's
did not
what we're
bully me.
here for.
Everybody
We gotta
did
talk.
not bully
We
me.
Okay, but I
There
got
was a
bullied.
few people that was doing the bullying.
That's still
That's
okay.
you. I got bullied. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
we got
okay.
now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just you were going in so hard about bullying me. Like, you made it your passion.
Your goal
Like,
in
your
life.
goal. Like, you wake up every day in the morning just like, oh, yeah, I remember she African.
Like, nigga, you was like 8 years old and you still on that bullshit. Let me tell you something. If you was getting bullied when you was 7 or 8 years old and you're like 20, 30 something years old, your ass need to grow up. I'm going to be personally honest. Your ass need to grow up. This is how kids are. Kids always been like that. And kids are worse these days. You know? So, it's just you need to grow up.
And you just going. And so it's just like, now, oh, yeah, you wear... Never mind, I'm not...
You can say it.
I just think it's cool to a certain extent.
A lot of things are rooted in ignorance, right?
Yes.
A lot of things are rooted in ignorance. At that time, it's very possible that they didn't know. People are young. Kids do stupid stuff. Kids bully, and they don't understand, like, what it is that they're doing.
It's my turn.
Now that we are in a period and we are in an era where people are getting more educated on countries in Africa, and they are trying to be more abrasive of it, and they take into consideration that back then they may have been bullied, they may have been the people bullying, but now they understand. They want to get more. Sorry, you can finish. Like they understand now. They want to learn more about the culture. Okay,
well,
Kwame, I'll answer your question. I'll stop to answer your question. Nobody cries over that, but you can't cry about when we say, oh, yo, your country, motherfuckers be shitting in the streets. Motherfuckers be eating bushmeat. You know, y'all make y'all houses out of cow poop and shit like that. You know? Or just shit like that, and y'all get mad. Oh, you know, Akata, that's a derogatory term. You know, a kid who's 8 years old who was watching Boys in the Hood when they wasn't supposed to be watching, calling somebody an African booty scratcher, you could tell that's a little kid doing that. Like, you can't get mad about shit like that. Those are kids, you know? FBA eats raccoons. No, that's only certain people in the South. Kwame. You know? It's just like I said, Kwame, it's just... y'all trying to compete with us, and you can't compete with Black Americans. African booty scratcher is a derogatory term. Yeah, that's why kids were saying that when they were young, because they didn't know better. Ain't nobody who's like 15, 16 is going to be saying that. There's not people saying it now, because I don't even think a lot of people have seen Boys in the Hood. It's only y'all older kids, that older generation that's bitching about it. Y'all the only ones bitching about it. You know, it's like I said, like, yo, we said, okay, y'all want to talk. Now y'all are just mad because the situation's coming up where y'all not going to be able to come back into America for another 3.5 years. And y'all want us to help you. But y'all trying to, you know, try to make y'all look like y'all are victims. Ain't nobody want to conquer fucking Africa. I'm just being personally honest. I'd rather, you know, nothing with Africa, man. There's only scammers and warlords and shit down there. Why would we want to go to Africa? You know?
I think it's
cry every day.
like everything's past.
Is that true, or is it just because it's trending now?
No.
Like, I don't know.
No, we just tell y'all, okay, y'all can't complain, talk about we're friends and all this other stuff. This is what I said. You can't complain and say we're friends and we need to help y'all. We need to all go back to Africa. And we say, no, we're not going to go back to Africa while y'all niggas is out here. Y'all got these derogatory names for us, calling us akatas and shit and acting like we don't know what it is. Why the fuck would we want to go to a country that y'all already enslaved 4% of people in America and help you build, and knowing that y'all going to send us back after we build your country? Y'all are scammers. The fuck? Why would we do that? And I'm not shitting on you. It's just we already know the game. We already know your game plan. Shout out to Essence 64111111. Honestly, when I was a kid, we used to call each other that. Yeah, absolutely. I was called an African booty scratcher, and I have no history with Africa. You know, everybody was called an African booty scratcher. Because a person was actually really African. Get off. They called me African. Nigga, I was called an African booty scratcher. I was called a tar baby and I turned red in the summer. I turned burgundy in the summer. You know, it's just Kwame just be trying to find stuff. He be reaching a lot. You know, that's why I fuck with Kwame. He reaches too much. He reach what? It's gonna get worse. Go on, Kwame. Get busy. Watch.
I don't know if they're educated or if it's more like, okay, everybody like this, I like it too.
Yeah.
As trends are, you know, every trend is like that, but like because this specific, you know, being African, being, you know, having this kind of music.
Told you he's already reaching.
Kind of
look at
style,
you want to claim something
it's kind of
so bad.
something is like, I mean, that's I think that's valid though, to want to claim something and to want to like be able to anchor onto something. But like I think because it's trending is more the reason why it's more accepted. Less education. Not that people don't know, but
you know how like back in like, you know, when you was going to like the K through 12, how like, oh yeah, I'm Indian or I'm Native American. I'm Cherokee.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay. Now I see everybody Cherokee. You see how that was like a trend? How you say, oh yeah, you want to claim something so bad. I feel like it's like that, but now
you
because that's the only tribe they know. Oh yeah, I'm Cherokee Indian.
But it's rooted in ignorance. So people who are seeing this trend and they're educating themselves.
I turned burgundy, Kwame. Yeah, I turned burgundy.
Like,
they're not
media,
educated,
which is
I only get dark.
but
You see.
I wouldn't say education.
Sometimes you have to hate. You know. I'm all for black love, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you want, I mean, it's. I mean, I just enjoy black love because, you know what I'm saying, it's just like make my heart, you know, smile and stuff like that. But then again, you know what I'm saying, love who you want to love.
Absolutely.
You know,
I
we're all inclusive.
Wholeheartedly agree.
Personally, I've never like dated outside of my race before, but I'm not opposed to it.
Same.
Me neither. I never dated outside my race. I be thinking sometimes, but then I'm like,
I was just thinking about it.
Yeah, I be thinking about it. But then it's kind of like, do I actually want to do that for real? And then it's like, but then it's like,
You're silly. You're silly.
No.
Next question.
You heard that shit, man. Like Africans, that's why I asked y'all that question earlier. Is it better to be traditionally happy or be emotionally happy? Sounds like bushmeat enjoyer. Yeah, he loves bushmeat. He's a Pan-African. You know, he like the hyena knuckles. He like the monkey brains and the monkey knuckles and shit. Yeah, he's monkey knuckles and everything. Yeah. Tell him, Kwame, get busy. You're hateful. I can't do Kwame. Yeah, that's Kwame. I know you glad you're not black like no, I don't think anybody would want to be a Nigerian. They can't even come into America no more. They got a ban on them. They got to come in through was it England? Yeah, man. It's getting bad out here for Africans, man. This is the thing. If y'all would have had, Trump played his cards right. He knew like, Africans had a grudge against black Americans, and black Americans are starting to see that shit. So they don't want to help anymore. Black Americans don't want to help. So he was like, it's shine time. We could get these motherfuckers out. You know? They're not here. We don't need them no more. They want to be smart. Let them be smart in their country, or let them go to Alaska or something. I mean, Australia. You know? So Nigerians, y'all fucked it up, man. We can't even help y'all no more. You know? And I feel bad because there was this Nigerian guy, too. He was like, man, he's trying to get us out this country. I was like, who's us? Oh, Africans. I was like, no, he ain't, man. And he actually is trying to get the motherfuckers out the country. So I got to give him an apology tomorrow. But I do want to say this, though. And shout out to Monologue Munchie. Let me see what you said, buddy. Jamaica, y'all barely have roads. Oh shit. The average house in Jamaica don't have outlets for electricity. Whoa. Yo, y'all ballin'. I'm gonna land here. We did 3 hours actually. I'm gonna come back on today later because I just got to get ready because I got a reparation task force meeting later on, and I gotta go get my kids within the next 15-20 minutes. I personally think they are jealous of Tariq Nasheed. Cause look at it, he's technically right now. But if it wasn't like a celebrity, like a basketball player, Tariq Nasheed will be he will be a civil rights activist. He will be considered a civil rights activist. And I always tell people all the time, when you're a civil rights activist, this is the type of shit that you go through. You're gonna have to go through this. You're gonna have to go through people calling you a coon or a sellout or some type of weird shit. You know? It comes with the territory. Like, yeah, Martin Luther King was doing it, but Martin Luther King put us in a bad situation. That's why people don't want to listen to what he said at the end of his life. He was more of a radical at the end of his life than talking we shall overcome bullshit, singing Negro spirituals. So shout out to Martin Luther King of knowing at the end of his life, but this was the type of bullshit that was going on. And he peeped it. He peeped it real fast. He was like, yo, what the fuck is going on with my people? He's like, yo, we need to be... Martin Luther King was talking about reparations before he died. Nobody talks about that. Martin Luther King was talking about tangibles, policies. The shit that we're talking about now, niggas don't want to say that. People want to think about, oh, we want to talk about the I have a dream and all this other stuff. We want to bring little white children, little black children together. Nah, he's like, yo, we need tangibles right now. Our people are struggling. Like, why can't we have that? He's on that type of bullshit. He's on that time. He's on shine time. You know? And I always tell people, yo, we can't get mad at Tariq Nasheed for actually doing what Martin Luther King was supposed to do. Martin Luther King was supposed to fight for tangible. He was supposed to fight for policy. He wasn't supposed to turn the other cheek and let motherfuckers slap him on the other side too. It has never been like that. And I don't think it should start. You know, so if you're mad at Tariq Nasheed, you should get mad at Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, even Stokely Carmichael. Stokely Carmichael was talking tangibles before fucking he went Pan-African. Cause you know why he was talking tangibles and stuff? Cause he was fucking around with the Black Panther Party. You know, so I'm gonna say this. I think Africans and Caribbeans need to get their shit together. I think y'all need to get y'all shit together. Y'all would have never been in this situation if y'all never undermined Black Americans, talk shit about Black Americans, turned on Black Americans, police your own people. When they talk shit about Black Americans, like Black Americans always have to be perfect for everything. If we fuck up one little speck, y'all already right there and ready to talk some shit. You're already there to talk some shit. So now it's time for y'all to hold your own nuts. Y'all made a big mistake. Your big mistake was fucking trusting Donald Trump. And I've been told people, I was like, yo, if I was gonna vote, I would vote for Trump because business situations. I would never vote for Kamala because Kamala's bringing illegal people and she already got people here that she needs to help. Her and Biden. They're not helping the people that are already here. And that's where we had an issue. When we talk about that, when we say like, yo, come to our communities, talk to Tariq Nasheed, talk to the black alphas and the Afro elites. Talk to Miss Vicky, Miss Wani, Nikki the God. She could have talked to any of them, but she didn't. She even talked to Dr. Umar. And Dr. Umar was saying, yo, don't vote for Kamala. She's not giving black people anything. She has said she wasn't giving black people anything. We're good and doing great in New York. Oh, yeah, y'all about to get deported, man. I see y'all getting run down on in New York. You know? Y'all gonna be eating a hyena leg and fucking ICE just come and tackle y'all. A hyena leg fall on the floor and shit. You know, y'all gonna have that old British accent talking about unhand me. I'm an American citizen. See some papers, motherfucker. That's what's gonna happen. The fuck? It's just like let me tell you something. If y'all had black people, this shit would have been done with. This shit would have been stopped. Just like everything else. Yeah, they're so envious. They want, you know what? They want to be the heroes. They want that great American story, six nation free. They want that story. They want that black American dream story. They don't have a black American dream story because you know why? They turn on each other. Yeah, they do want to take over, but at the end of the day, they got a small population of people. Altogether, with all these like Africans and Caribbeans here, there's only less than probably 5 million. 4 or 5 million. Yeah, less than that, you know? Because don't forget, up north is mostly like Irish, Caribbeans and shit like that. Probably a little bit of Asians. But down south is all black. Then when you go to the West Coast, more black. Don't forget, black people over there migrated over there. We migrated over there for not education, for work. You know, so it makes all the sense. Y'all are not doing fine in New York. Definitely not in Florida. Didn't you just hear what the sheriff said? He said, yo, if you go out here and protest, he's going to kill you. That's what he said. He said, you go out here and protest, do some dumb shit, they will shoot you. If you go in front of a car, they're going to run you over. They're just going to find who to send your remains to. That's what they said. Y'all are not doing fine, Kwame. Stop lying, man. Are you serious? That man was, he was talking crazy. New York, they running down on you. Then your boy Mayor Adams ain't helping. And I think Adams is Jamaican. That motherfucker don't want to help at you. He don't want to help y'all. He's like, yo, these motherfuckers is wilding. He said, why would I want to help these people and they're my people? But this is the tribalistic stuff we're talking about. Y'all wouldn't even defend y'all own people. Who stands in Section 8 y'all thing? Yeah, it is y'all thing, Kwame. That's y'all thing, Kwame. How y'all think y'all got over here with $2 in y'all pocket? Y'all think y'all worked right away? Are you serious? Y'all was living off the benefits of Section 8, welfare, food stamps, fucking stipends. Are you serious? Then living in that house with like six to seven other Jamaicans or Caribbeans or Asians or Latinos. Y'all wasn't doing it yourselves. Y'all was living with other people from y'all country. You know, and it's the truth. That's the truth. Y'all can't do it by yourself. That's how y'all can make it with $2 in y'all pocket. Y'all can't even make it with $2 in y'all pocket in y'all own country. So how y'all think y'all are doing something because y'all drive cabs and shit? It's just y'all lives amongst other people where once y'all put in the rent money, it's not that much. Y'all still have money in y'all pocket. We don't live amongst other, brethrens and youths and shit. Love African food. The best food in the world. I like African food, but it's not the best food in the world, no. No, I don't think it's the best food in the world. I think Jamaican is a little bit better than African food, just a little bit. It's official. I did not think about it while FBAs are busy fighting for the debt owed to us, but the financial, legal, or social. Oh, y'all busy trying to tear us down. Yeah, facts. That is facts. You know, that's what they always do. So that's not a new game plan. They've been doing that shit for years. You know, so you're right about that Six Nation. Barbecue raccoon is the best food in the world. This man's crazy. He's wilding right now. Have you ever had raccoon, Kwame? My uncle has. My uncle, he's country. He's from Selma, Alabama. Not gumbo. I thought you said gumbo was African. See, now you lying. No, we don't want to hear from you, Kwame. We don't want to hear from you. Thought you said gumbo was African. But I land right there. I want to thank everybody for being on the show. This was a really, really great show. I want to thank Kwame, EL, shout out to you, Shabaka, Six Nation Free. Give me a second. There we go. Kwame, Six Nation, Shabaka, Monologue Munchie, shout out to you. Let's see what else. True Essence 87, shout out to you. Essence 641111, shout out to you. I already said Kwame. I already said Six Nation. Yeah, I hopped in. Shout out to you. Del Monte Green Beans, shout out to you, homie. Shout out to Randall Robinson. Shout out, homie. River. I said River. Damn, my fault. Let's see. Mango Slade. Shout out to you. Big Dog Gaming. Shout out to you. Nick Machiavelli, of course, man. Shout out to you. Kwame's nemesis over there. I know I'm forgetting somebody. YouTubian, shout out to you. K Business Channel, shout out to you. Cold Crush, shout out to you. I know there's more, but it just stopped. So shout out to all. Nubian, shout out to you. Asheen, thanks for the subscribe. Truce, thanks for the subscribe. Did I forget Shabaka again? Shout out to Shabaka. You can keep your FBA pork feet. You mean pig feet? We don't call them pork feet. Pig feet. My grandma used to eat that. Definitely shout out to Rando. Yup, all of y'all. And all the names I did forget, thank you. I appreciate everything. I'm gonna upgrade this picture. I mean this display. So this is just a start while it gets bigger. Y'all still wilding in there. Thank you for everything, everybody. We had a great show. Yo, we almost did 4 hours. But I'm gonna be back on later. I just gotta finish the joint starts at 6, so I just gotta go get my kids, feed them, let them take a nap. Probably get another podcast started or even a reaction video. And if anything, send me an email. My email's in the display, so definitely have any question, any topics y'all want to do, definitely send it to me. But I am having a new channel coming out as well. So I'll be having 2 channels. So definitely.